Yo, what's good? Oh no, it's a little bit. Try to get it over there. There we go. Now we good. Now we good. Now we good. Yo, what's good with it? Happy Monday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in this piece. What's happening? All right. What's happening, y'all? I hope everybody having a good day already. Good day, good day. Appreciate you, Tab. Appreciate you. I hope y'all can see the prompt. Can y'all see the prompt? If you can't see it, I'll read it to you. It says, "Why should I believe that Xavier Worthy is innocent?" Why should I believe Xavier Worthy is innocent? Thanks, Tab. Let's get into it. You know what's coming, Sean. But I don't get no partners trying to get over on their partners. So she was dead wrong. She was cheating. She gotta go. Just like if it was cheating, she can leave. Yeah. Allegedly she was cheating. I think I find this interesting. Yeah, I read the affidavit. Yeah. The affidavit apparently was filed a day after he got released, which, people are trying to act like it's pointing to this is all a setup or whatever. Um, yeah, I got a pretty good idea of what happened. Is what I got as much information as everybody else has at this point. And my takeaway was, why am I believing that Xavier Worthy is innocent? What am I? I was very, very confused. I was like, okay, like I read everything that happened. The friend on the day of when Xavier got arrested, he was allegedly she was the aggressor. She pulled out one of his locks. Uh, she pulled out one of his locks. She didn't want to leave the apartment for 2 weeks after she had got caught. She like all these things. Like I heard the whole story. I heard the whole story. But the funniest thing to me is how all of a sudden men understand the phrase believe women. Now y'all get believe the phrase, y'all get the phrase believe women now, right? Like, because you believe in men. It was never that y'all couldn't wrap your brain around the idea of not having all the evidence in a situation or a story, and you actually, standing by the accuser, right? Y'all, no. It was never y'all could always understand that shit, but you only reserved that right for men. You never reserved that right for women, who are exponentially more likely to be abused than men are. Now, I don't know if Tia Jones did what, Xavier is alleging she did. Like, I don't know, right? Here's what I'm saying. I believe she cheated. I do. I believe she cheated. Now, we've had this discussion many and plenty of times. We know that typically women don't cheat for the same reasons that men do. We understand that, right? Like women don't typically cheat just because they can. Women don't typically cheat just because they can. If women cheated just because they could, there would be a hell of a lot more cheating going on from women or women cheating on men. Hell of a lot more. Because they can cheat way more than men can. So generally speaking, women aren't cheating just because they can. Not just because they can. Women definitely, there are women who cheat just because they can, just because they want to, whatever. But men typically cheat just because an opportunity is there. And they go, oh, I got to take my opportunity. Oh, shit, I would never have the opportunity to sleep with a woman like that. So I got to sleep with her, right? I got to do, oh, my God, she's coming on to me. Oh, what'd you expect me to do? She came on to me, whatever, right? That's what men do. Women don't necessarily do that because women have a lifetime of being approached and whatever, you know what I'm saying? They have a lifetime of that. They know how to deal with that. That's not something that they're not accustomed to. Matthew says women cheat just because they want to. In general, no, they don't. But you can come up. You can come up if you want to. But anyways, so back to it. So what I'm trying to understand is how are men all of a sudden now, how are we able to process the idea or understand the idea or accept the idea that, oh, I believe this man with limited to no evidence? Like, here's what I'm saying. At this point, it's all hearsay. All of it is hearsay, right? The only thing that is documented, the only thing that is documented at this point that I know of is the story from the friend who was there on the day that the last the March 7th or whatever, that's when the abuse happened, allegedly, like the when he got arrested. The friend, you have him defending himself from that day, and you have what her affidavit that she put in to get the order of protection the next day, right? Which the judge granted her, by the way. I bet you thought Tupac raped that accused girl. No, actually, I didn't think that. And then when I got older, I definitely was like, oh yeah, Pac probably did rape that woman. Or he wasn't accused of, well, I guess he was kind of accused of rape. I don't know. He coerced her into having sex with his friend. That's what, that's what she alleged. I definitely believe her. I have no reason to not believe her. I have no reason to not believe her. None. But when I was a teenager, yeah, I definitely like, Pac didn't do that shit. These women be lying. I was on all that type of dumbass shit. Same way y'all are. But yeah. So anyways, all of a sudden though, all of a sudden, now y'all understand that me, like, like now you could read the tea leaves. Now you can, you're willing to make a judgment based on he say, she say. All we've been saying is this. The vast majority of the time, when a woman says a man abuses her, when a woman claims that a man abused her or SA'd her or whatever the case may be, over 90% of the time, that woman is telling the truth. That's all. That's the reality, right? So when people say believe women, they don't say believe all women. I've never heard, the only people that I've heard say believe all women are men who try to lie about the phrase believe women. I've only heard men say that. I've never heard anybody that knew. I've only heard about women who knew what was going on. I mean, women who understood that, or people who understood that. I've never heard anybody who understood that actually say believe all women. That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense. Believe all women is dumb. That's not something anybody believes. Like nobody says that. They have to lie to make it not make sense. Everybody that I am inviting up, if you don't come up, you are muted. If you come up, you can get unmuted. Just so you know. I don't know if y'all know the rules. Today I'm feeling generous. I'm not blocking people. But yeah, I'm giving y'all the opportunity to come up and voice your opinions. But anyways, yeah, I'm not, we're not doing the weird comments in the comment section. Y'all gonna have to come up and say it with your chest. You got some shit you want to address, come up here and say it. It's open. The panel is open for you. Anyways, men, the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time when women say that they are SA by a man, they're telling the truth. The vast majority of the time when a woman says that she is abused by a man, she's telling the truth. That's just the reality. Now, if you want, now I can do it. I'm not irrational. I'm not irrational at all. We can do this on a case-by-case basis, though, which I do. She could very well be lying about the whole thing. I leave that door open. I think everybody that's rational does. I don't think any of us close the door on any of this stuff unless you want to be irrational, right? Rationally, oh, absolutely. It's a possibility that she's lying. It's a possibility that he never abused her and this is all a money grab and all of that stuff. There is a possibility. There's a possibility that all of that is true. But it's not a probability. And that's the difference. It is a possibility, not a probability. It is a possibility, not a probability. I live in the world of probability. I don't know about y'all. I try to live my life in the world of probability, not so much possibility the majority of the time. There's certain times when, fuck it. If there's a chance, you're saying there's a chance, I'm going to take it. Fine. But most of my life is lived in the world of probability. What is the most likely outcome? And then I, gauge that and see if it's worth the squeeze and yada, yada, yada. Yes, there is a chance. There is a chance that she is lying. There's a chance that Tia Jones is lying. There's a chance. What's the chance? I don't know, but there's a chance. But there is a much higher chance that everything she's saying about this man is true, if not the vast majority of it. The story is they got engaged. He started to suspect that she was cheating on him. He hired a private investigator. He got confirmation that she was cheating on him. He tried to kick her out of his apartment. She stayed in the apartment like for 2 weeks. A confrontation ensued. A fight happened. He ended up going to jail. Somebody called the police. He ends up going to jail. She alleges that he was the aggressor, but eyewitnesses said that she was the aggressor. The police ended up releasing him, and the DA has not closed the case. It is still open, but he hasn't filed charges. And the men are touting this as some type of like exoneration or something like that. It's not. The shit is still open. The case is still pending. Even with an eyewitness there saying whatever, corroborating his story, I guess, to some extent, they still haven't closed it. He still hasn't been exonerated. The DA just says, I don't know. I don't know. We're still investigating it, right? But then the next day, after he was released, Tia Jones goes and files an order of protection against Xavier, in which he details several incidents of abuse, where the majority of it, from what I can tell, except for one incident, the majority of it stemmed from him accusing her of cheating and her, whatever, like defending herself verbally, and then him accosting her physically, right? One of the scenarios, though, that I remember, if I remember correctly, involved something that his mother had said to her that she felt was disrespectful, and she wanted him to address it, to which he responded, "I'm staying out of that." Then she responded, that pissed him off, and he choked her and kneed her and did some other things to her. And that is not the time when she called the police. Absolutely, Jay. I believe her. Why wouldn't I believe her about that? An NFL player being abusive? That's not hard to believe at all. A wealthy, rich NFL player Being abusive? Oh, yeah, 100%. Super easy to believe. Super easy to believe. That's not easy to believe. It's way easier for me to believe that than it is for me to believe that she all of a sudden out of nowhere just wanted to beat this fool up. Like that, like that's what you want me to believe. All out of nowhere, she just cheated on this fool, and then she didn't want to leave his apartment. On and also, allegedly she stole from his apartment when he went to jail. Her and her friend stole some stuff from his apartment. She returned some of it, but she kept the other stuff. Now I don't know what she kept, and I don't know what she stole, but she stole some stuff from his apartment, according to him, right? But I say all of that to say now that we are all abreast of what's going on, right? What I want to there are a few things working here, right? One of them is, men, you're a hypocrite. Let me look at me right now. You are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite because now all of a sudden it's believe men. Now all of a sudden I have to believe this man because why? Because he's a man? Because possibly she did something wrong in the relationship? Possibly she cheated? So that means that everything else that happened to her is justified because she cheated? That's interesting. Xavier Worthy, you can look him up. He's a football player for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a rookie last year. Actually had that boy on my fantasy team. I ain't gonna even hold you. Thanks, Moonlight. But that's neither here nor there. This man, I don't know if he is guilty or innocent. I don't know. I know one thing is for sure, though. I know one thing is for sure. I will never be on the wrong side of history if I don't say anything about this scenario until it plays out. I know that without a doubt. 1,000%. I know without a doubt that if I say nothing, if I don't definitively, say that I believe everything Tia said about him, and vice versa, I know I can't go wrong in this particular case. I know I can't go wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I know I don't need to say anything. I don't need to come on here and be like, Xavier is wrong and da 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 da, and Tia is wrong or she's right. Like, I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to defend an alleged abuser? That doesn't make sense. I don't want to defend an alleged abuser. A man, an alleged male abuser? I don't want to defend an alleged male abuser. I don't. Unless there's video evidence, unless, you know what I'm saying, like she says that everything she said was a lie or something like that, I'm not about to defend an alleged male abuser of a woman because odds are she ain't lying. Odds are she ain't lying. That's all I'm saying. Odds are that woman is telling the truth. What is she lying about? To what extent? I don't know. I don't know. Has she denied cheating yet? Has she said she never cheated on him? I haven't seen that. Talking about she tried to get that man, ruin that man's career and all of this stuff. Talking about she got caught and then she just wanted to stay. I don't know. These are all leaps and bounds. Y'all got to jump to logical leaps and bounds to make this shit make sense. Logical leaps and bounds. I invited Mill Talk up. He said, you don't have to defend, but you also don't have to take her side. Wait for the evidence. I don't have to take her side. My point is, though, if I do take her side, I'm okay. Like, I will never feel bad about defending an alleged abuse victim. I'm never in the wrong for defending you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I want y'all to understand. You're never in the wrong. You're never in the wrong. Even if whatever happens in the end, even if whatever happens in the end, you know, come to find out she was lying or whatever the case may be, I don't have to apologize. I don't have to take any accountability. Like, I did nothing wrong. All I did was just believe an abuse victim. That's it. I'll do it every time almost. I'll do it almost every single time. And I never, that's the best thing. But if you believe him, listen, if you are on here defending him and then come to find out her story is corroborated in the future, then you have to apologize. Then you have to go back and be like, oh, my bad. Oh, my fault. I don't ever have to do that. You can never, ever shame me for standing up. Like, think about it in this way. I know because everybody love kids, so they say, right? If a 15-year-old boy or girl said that they were abused by a teacher, and I believe the student, right, the victim. If I believe the victim, the child in this case, and then come to find out the child lied, are you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be like, oh, pub? See, this is why you can't be believing kids. Like, you wouldn't say that, because we know that a lot of teachers be taking advantage of students and their kids. So they deserve an extra level of protection. Nobody is going to come after you and be like, oh, see, you fucked up. But you sit up here repeatedly and defend alleged abusers, like time after time after time. Like time after time after time. Oh no, now that's a problem. Why are you always defending abusers? Why are you always scrutinizing abuse victims? You know why I believe her? I don't care if this woman is credible or not. You know why I believe her? Because odds are she's telling the truth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't believe her because she is a black woman. I don't believe her because she's pretty. I don't believe her because of who she's like. I don't believe her for none of those reasons. I believe her because odds are she's telling the truth. Odds are, first and foremost, odds are she's telling the truth. Odds are she ain't lying. All those other things, absolutely, they matter in the end. But the number one thing is, mathematically, scientifically, this woman is probably not like, and when I say probable, it's not like 51-49. It's not 55-45. It's 98. It's 97. It's 96% chance she's telling the fucking truth. So I'm a believer until further notice. And if and when it comes out that she was lying, she gets up on some stand or she changes her story or whatever the case may be, I am more than willing, and I mean not willing. I am at that point. It is 100% possible for me to change my story, change my opinion, right? And I don't even have to do it publicly. I don't have to go back and be like, you know what? I apologize to Xavier. Why? What up, June? Why? Why would I have to go back and apologize to him? All I'm doing is supporting her. All I'm doing is supporting her. All I'm doing is supporting a victim, an alleged victim. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Whatever happens after that, I couldn't care less. I don't owe nobody an apology or nothing. I don't have to apologize to no community, nothing. If a black man is harmed by the police and they come out and say I was harmed by the police, I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna believe him. He say the police racially profiled him. I believe him. Why wouldn't you? You wouldn't believe that? You need evidence. You need to wait and see. The same shit black people get mad at white people for saying when we get abused by the police, because odds are we ain't fucking lying. When we say we get abused by the police, odds are we ain't lying, right? You can relate to that as a black man. You can relate to that as a black man, right? Odds are we ain't lying. That's why you believe black men when they say, the police, they racially profiled me. The police abuse their rights. They abuse their authority. Yep, absolutely. The police abuse their authority. No, very few black people in our community are sitting up going, oh, I don't believe that, man. What did you do? What were you wearing? Your pants were sagging? Oh, so you were dressed like a Crip. Okay, no wonder. We collectively, we go, I understand. I totally understand. So much so we march. We riot when it happens to us. But when it happens to a black woman, or when it happens to a woman in general, now all of a sudden the men tight-lipped. We don't understand it. We don't get it. Now all of a sudden it's, oh, she cheated. She needs to be locked up, thrown in prison. For what? For what? For cheating? Shit, my wife told me a long time ago, cheating should be a felony. I argued with her for about 5 minutes. She fried me. I agree. Cheating should be a felony. Like physically cheating should be a felony, without a doubt. No doubt about it. Right? But it's not right now. He put hands on her. See what I'm saying? See how quick the y'all believe the man? See how quick it is? Oh, she put hands on him. There is more. She went on record and say that this man abused her for months. For months. You don't believe that? You don't believe that? You don't believe that he hit her? Come on up here, Jerry Blue. Women arrest rates will skyrocket. All right. Hey, if you're muted, you most certainly can come up and talk. I told y'all what the deal was. Like I said, this right here, this scenario exposes the hypocrisy of men. You guys think that this proves that women are also a threat. This, at worst case scenario, this woman's an outlier. Worst case scenario, Tia Jones is an outlier. This isn't common. This is not common. Him abusing her, very common, right? Her abusing him, her being the initiator, her being the cheater for no reason, all these things, very uncommon, very highly unlikely. But even if she's the aggressor and all that stuff, she's the villain that you guys want her to be, fine. She's the outlier. But what it proves is y'all hypocrisy, without a doubt. It proves how hypocritical men are. Because now you guys are willing to accept all of these one-off stories that you are hearing from these people. Now, all of a sudden, what this man says with no evidence, with little to no evidence, is true. When a man says it, it's true. When odds are, he's lying. That's all I'm saying. Odds are he's lying. Out of these two people, the most likely scenario is he's the liar. The most likely scenario is he's the abuser. Hell, I wouldn't put it past him if he was a cheater. Now, I haven't heard any evidence of that, but I wouldn't put it past him. I invited Jerry and Jimbo up. Neither are coming up. So there's that. But they're in here though. You guys are more than likely to stay and watch. But yeah, if you're gonna participate, you gotta participate. Them cheekbones definitely cheater. Uh-huh. Exactly, Reach. Now they don't need to hear the whole story. When it's a man, when it's a man accused of abusing a woman, I'm sorry. When it's a man accused of abusing a woman, they need to hear the whole story. But what did she do? What was she wearing? I was suspended for a day, and I was on my backup page for a few days. Yep. It's wicked. It's wicked work. Let's see what we got going on in these comments over here real quick. Uh-huh. Exactly, Jay. That's what I'll be asking. That's it. That's exactly that's exactly what I'd be asking. What you talking about, Lovey? You should not have provoked him. What you talking about? Like that? That's what the men be saying? Yeah. What up, Moon? Chilling.
5 seconds or something to say, and I was like, let me Google because maybe I ain't read the rest of this story. I get to reading it, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. She's got a temporary restraining order that's been granted already.
Yep.
And if there's enough evidence for a restraining order, it probably means this man's been a bit abusive. So I don't really want to talk too much about how she reacted to it.
That's what I'm saying. At this point,
multiple times. At some point, you got to pick up that pot and hit him back.
At this point, she was reacting to the abuse. At this point,
it's a whole. It's not. It's more than a couple of incidents. It's
5. It was four, I think, leading up to that one.
So it says 5 that have stories, but
it was 5. Okay, yeah, five incidents, and it was short. It was like wasn't it from like October of last year? So it's like nothing. It ain't even that long. It's like 7 months, 8 months, or whatever that it's been happening. So 5. That's like an incident a month, damn near. That's crazy.
All of it's over like alleged infidelity or arguments or.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what to tell him. That's all I've been saying. I'm like, okay, so now look, did she cheat? Maybe. I don't know.
I ain't here to talk too much about cheating.
I don't know.
Like, if it's some abuse going on, I really don't care, to be honest. Like if you're getting hit on and you ain't got the strength to leave, and we know how those situations go where somebody's making all the money and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if she went to get her rocks off while he was at practice to feel a little better about getting knocked over the head, I ain't mad at that. Unfortunately, I'm not mad.
I ain't gonna. It ain't the worst thing that can happen.
It's not. And the way this is panning out, it looks like he's not gonna lose his career.
No, he's not. No, he's not gonna lose his career.
They just need to leave each other alone. But I do think it's a little messed up. He not getting held accountable for putting his hands on this young lady if it played out that way.
But we don't know yet though, because the case is still open. That's what I'm telling the niggas. They like already like, yay, he didn't get arrested. He got released. I'm like, yeah, and the DA just said we gonna wait and see.
Temporary restraining order means there was enough to warrant that. Like if he's got to stay away from her, they're making it seem like she was the abuser here. Why don't he have a restraining order?
He doesn't. But what happened was when he got arrested, after he got arrested, some eyewitnesses said that she was the aggressor.
Yeah.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Look, man. See, I'll accept all the facts. I'll accept it. Cool. She was the aggressor this time.
Yeah.
I can accept that. This time I can, because we all seen what Tina did to Ike in the back of the limo. That would be like Tina whooping on Ike head, and then y'all being like, oh, see, like, nigga.
The unfortunate part is, like, he works in a line of work where a lot of NFL players are abusive in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Men that are in contact sports are much more likely to be abusive. It could be contact sports or police positions, military, all of that. So it's not unbelievable that he's been abusing her for a little bit.
For a little while.
Yeah.
So now judging based on a hypothetical. Nope. Silly Mike, you can come up.
That's all I wanted, public. You could drop me because I did join. Like, nah, he got to be the good one. This one time, I Googled for 3 seconds, and I'm like,
quickly,
never mind.
Quickly,
I can never be on a man's side. I can never be on.
You can't. I'm trying to tell you, you can't trust these dudes. You can. I swear to God, they was yapping about him and stuff, and then people was like, "You need to go look it up, public." I said, "Okay." I looked it up. I did a whole deep dive into it. I'm like, I'm same thing. I'm like 10 minutes into it. I was like, you know what?
My bad.
I said, you know what? I was like, the evidence ain't even came out yet. Y'all already up here dick riding this nigga talking about he's innocent, y'all. This woman needs to be locked up for 30 years. I was like, okay.
They celebrating the one time a man wasn't abusive, man. You know,
but
take our wins when we can get them.
But maybe I believe her though. She went on record and said this man was abusive. Maybe she could have been lying. He could have, you know what I'm saying?
Dates though, that's what's killing me though. She didn't. So if you go through the specific timeline,
she had dates. Yeah, she had specific dates.
Valentine's Day this year, Valentine's Day that year. She didn't forget, and she didn't just pick a date to just say, well, it had that. No.
It vaguely happened. She had like very, very detailed things, like the one about the mama, how he pushed me down, choked her. And we know if BBG was here, she definitely bring this up. That throttling, you gotta leave.
Yeah.
A man choke you. That's it.
He's trying to turn the lights off.
He's trying to turn the lights off for good. You gotta go on and put that hot fire on that boy. At that point, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta open carry. Go ahead, Pinhead.
My whole thing is, and you kind of just admitted it in a sense, the evidence hasn't come out yet. So I would say you shouldn't assume that somebody is guilty of something when the evidence doesn't point to that. It's like in this country, that's what we do. We don't have to agree with it. You can assume that people are guilty, especially with being men, because men do this stuff a lot, right? But you can't assume that this guy did what he's being accused of until he's been accused, until the evidence.
The conversation you're having right now is harmful.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can say it's harmful, but it's also harmful to say he was accused of it.
Who am I harming?
That's harmful.
Who am I harming?
No, I said Pinhead. I said Pinhead.
No, not you, Moon. I'm talking to Pinhead. Who are we harming by supporting? Hold on. Who are we harming by supporting an alleged abuse victim?
Were you harming someone's reputation? That's probably who. It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Whose?
His, I guess. It doesn't.
How am I harming his reputation by believing her? What are you talking about?
Let's say it comes out that he didn't do any of it.
Then he didn't do it. Then hold on. And here's what I'm saying. If he didn't do it, then his reputation goes right back to where it was, fam. So there's no harm in it.
You trying to tell me that spreading misinformation can't hurt people?
I'm not spreading misinformation.
Okay, I'm just saying, well, it would be misinformation if he didn't do it.
What is the misinformation?
That he did something that he didn't do.
That's not misinformation.
Okay, then maybe I missed it. What is misinformation?
If I actually look, I just acknowledged we just went through. Me and Moon just literally talked about all the stuff that's going on, that's come out thus far, right? And it ain't even that much. All the stuff that's come out thus far, right? Fine. Based on the evidence, I'm saying I believe her. I'm not spreading misinformation. I'm not lying about believing her.
You said based on the evidence, and then you also 5 minutes ago said the evidence hasn't come out yet. So what evidence?
No, not all of it.
All the evidence hasn't come out. Based on what we have, though, her affidavit, the judge granting the PPO, and the likelihood, right, that a man abused a woman just on that alone, I believe her. If it comes out that he didn't do it, fine. I don't give a fuck.
Every time somebody's about to be held accountable, somebody else got to jump in and be like, wait for the evidence. Y'all do that with police or anybody.
Because that's how the country is ran. You don't.
It's not ran like that, sir.
No, it's not.
It's not ran like that.
We don't convict people of crimes until they're proven.
Stop. When Derek Chauvin choked that man out, when Mike Brown was unalived by that police officer, they told us that man was on Fenty. They said that man was an abuser. They said that
he was.
but what does that have to do with anything?
I'm not saying that it doesn't have to do with it.
No, you just said, nah. You just said that that's what we do in this country, innocent until proven guilty. Then why was they trying to paint him out to be guilty? By not even, they said that they said that he paid with a fake $20 bill. They said Mike Brown bumped the police car. They said Mike Brown got into an argument, altercation with the store. Like they said all this shit. They said all this shit. They said he was ugly. They said he was fat. They said he was tall. They said he was a big black man. They said all of this shit. Why?
Until proven guilty doesn't have to do exactly with what you're saying.
That's lit.
Innocent until proven guilty has to do with someone being accused of something. For example, you're talking about Derek Chauvin, innocent, like he was innocent until they proved him guilty. That's how that worked, and that's what happened.
They were publicly as a culture. They were trying to paint that man out to not be guilty prior to being guilty. They were trying to prop him up. They were trying to prop him up in a positive light. They were trying to prop him up in a positive light, and they were trying to tear down. I forget his name. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. What was his name? I remember everybody but his name. What was his name, y'all? I don't want to be disrespectful. George Floyd. They were trying to tear down George Floyd, right? They were trying to paint George Floyd out to be an evil monster.
George Floyd wasn't a good person. We can get into that.
No, see how weird that is? Stop. That's weird. That's weird. You don't know what the fuck George Floyd. Why was George Floyd not a good person?
Things came out about him.
What came out about him to make you come to the conclusion that, hold on, what came out about George Floyd to make you say that man wasn't a good man? I'm not even saying he was. I'm just saying, what information did you get to make you say he was a bad man? That's what I want to know.
He was a criminal. He was abusive.
Hold on. Oh, that makes you a bad man? For trying to, hold on. That makes you a bad man for trying to spend a fake $20 bill. That makes you a bad person? That makes you a bad person for you doing Fenty?
If you do fentanyl, that's not it.
Hold on. Stop saying that word. Stop saying that word. Fenty?
You talk about being abusive all the time and how bad it makes me.
Doing smugs is not being abusive. Don't try to, sir. I
said two different things. One, he was
neither one of them equates to abuse. Where was he abusive at? Where did you hear that from? No fucking where. No fucking where. No fucking where.
Wait, because Pinhead, you just said innocent until proven guilty. Let's just say they were guilty. Did any of the crimes that George Floyd would have committed warrant losing his life?
No, I know, and I never argued that.
But so why are you arguing at all? He lost his life. That's the end of the argument.
Period. Point fucking blank.
Innocent until proven guilty doesn't have to do with George Floyd because he did on a lot. It has to do with people that are alive being accused of things.
It has to do with how the public, with how the establishment handles these types of cases. And when a white man in this particular case is accused of a crime like unaliving a black man, they will tout the white man up. They will prop the white man up and make him seem like he's not a bad person. They will show his graduation picture and all of this stuff. Whole time Derek Chauvin was actually an abuser. Whole time Derek Chauvin was a cheater. Whole time Derek Chauvin abused his power. It was on record. It was documented. He was an abuser. He abused his power. Talking about George Floyd was a bad man. No, Derek Chauvin was a bad person. That's what was proven. With devoid of what happened to George Floyd, Derek Chauvin actually was a bad person. That's what I'm saying. And the reason why you are up here saying, well, George Floyd was a bad man is exactly my point. Because where did you get that shit from? From the establishment, from men that pull that bullshit. The same thing. So now what I'm saying is, back to my point, it doesn't hurt me, and it doesn't hurt him, and it doesn't hurt her for me to believe the alleged abuse in this case. It doesn't hurt anybody. The fuck are you talking about?
That doesn't cause him harm. I guess what we say about him doesn't affect him anyway. So I agree in that sense. But I'm just trying to address the prompt. Why should you believe he's innocent? Because I have nothing else to tell me otherwise. Really,
you do. She fucking said that he abused her.
I just don't take someone's word. To,
Man, get the fuck out of here. You don't make no sense. I don't have any evidence. She fucking is on record saying this man abused her.
That's not evidence, though. You're saying he abused her does not equate to, okay, he abused her in law, in court.
So why do people testify in court, Pinhead?
Let him testify in court, and once he's guilty, I will say exactly what you're saying.
I'm saying, why do people testify if someone saying something happened isn't enough? There's no point in people testifying if that's not
was he in
evidence,
court
bro.
testifying this?
So how about the restraining order that was granted?
The affidavit. What do you do, Ben? What is an affidavit?
Actually, I'll be honest, I'm ignorant. I don't know exactly what an affidavit is.
Okay, it's essentially it's a statement under oath, right? You're not supposed to. When you do an affidavit, the whole idea is that you're not lying. That's the whole idea, right? Like you're telling the truth.
So you're telling someone can't.
I'm not saying you can't lie. I'm not saying people don't lie. I'm just saying the idea is you're not supposed to be lying. She went as far as to put it on record. That's what I'm saying. I have more of a reason to believe her story than anybody's fucking story at this point. And you're saying there's no evidence. There is her fucking testimony, her affidavit. That's what I'm saying.
This is not enough evidence.
It's not enough evidence for me to not believe her, bro. It's not enough evidence. His story, his pushback, his rebuttal or whatever is not enough reason for me to not believe her.
It's just a different perspective. You believing all victims is good until
I don't believe all victims. I don't.
Or whatever.
I don't believe all victims. I don't believe all women. I don't. I just got done talking about that, saying that's stupid, and nobody who actually is in these spaces believes that or says that. Nobody in these spaces. We all know that women can lie. We all know that people can say that they were abused and they weren't abused. We all know that. But we also know odds are they're not lying. Odds are they're not lying. That's all we're saying. That's it. I don't know how hard is this to not understand? Like, this is crazy.
I don't know the odds. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not going to push back against that. I don't know the odds of whether someone's lying or not.
You should know the odds, though. You should. If you're going to come up here and argue, you should know the odds.
She's lying. What are the odds?
Extremely low. That she's lying, extremely low. Extremely low. This does not.
When you account that he's a football player, the odds that he's a football player and hurting his wife, very, very, very likely.
Very likely.
Highly likely. Highly likely that this man abused her. Go ahead, C. Dave.
You just can't help yourself from lying. You didn't even read the story because you didn't know nothing about it until I said something about it yesterday.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. So why was the case dismissed?
It hasn't been dismissed.
It's been dismissed.
No, it hasn't been. It's open. It's open. See? Already. Hold on, C. Dave. Already lying.
Already cut me off.
You lied. You already lied.
What did they do? Who did they talk to?
They talked to eyewitnesses.
They got witnesses who said it didn't happen. They have video from inside the house that showed that it didn't happen.
And it's still open.
So
it's still open. So what does that tell you?
Well, how can you have?
Hold on, C-Day. C-Day, stop. Back up. I want you to back up a little bit.
Let me finish.
No. You're not going to finish a lie. Back up a little bit. Is the case open or is it closed? First and foremost, let's start there. Is the case open or is it closed?
It's dismissed.
It's not dismissed.
Dismissed the case.
It's not dismissed. They're literally still investigating it right now. As of 5 hours ago, I just read an article about it 5 hours ago.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look it up then. Hold on.
Yeah, go look it up right now. Fucking shit is crazy.
Xavier Worthy's assault charge dismissed. The lawyer confirmed.
It's still being investigated.
Dismissed.
Is the case open or closed?
It's dismissed.
Is the case open or closed?
It's closed. It's dismissed.
It's not closed. See, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Is it dismissed or not?
It's not dismissed. It's still open, I'm saying. I don't know.
Is it dismissed or not?
Sir, is it open is the point. My point is he hasn't been proven innocent. That's what I'm saying. It's still open. They're still investigating it.
Okay, cool. They still investigating. So they have video of him showing that not only did he not abuse her, she was the one that was abusing him. Number one. So they have video footage of it. Then you got witnesses that were there who also said, no, she was the abuser. He asked her to leave. He found out she was cheating. She started breaking his shit. She started beating up on him. And you still with video evidence, with eyewitness evidence, with her tearing up his house, you still sitting up here talking about I believe her. Use a fool. Use a whole fool.
Do I believe?
See, Dave, what date is if it was that much evidence against anybody, particularly a man, there would be no need for no conversation.
See, Dave, what date is the video from? What date is the where they said that she was the abuser? What date is that from? Do you know?
What data?
What date?
What date did that incident happen on?
This is the recent one, the one that he just got arrested for about, what is that, 2 weeks ago?
No, I'm saying, so the video where they say that she was the abuser, because she's given 5 or 6 stories with different dates from October 2024 and Christmas on this day. And
the video is from the one that
it's the one that happened on March 7th. But here's the thing. So Xavier Worthy domestic assault case, wide receiver not completely in the clear. While Xavier Worthy can breathe a sigh of relief, for now, he's not completely out of the woods yet. In an email to the Austin American Standard, Williamson County DA Sean Dick said they could pursue legal action against the Chief star should more evidence present itself. He wrote, as is our practice with all declines, should you develop additional information indicative of probable cause in this case, our office will consider that information and may present the case at that time to a Williamson County grand jury. So it is still, it's still active. It's not closed. In legalese, it means it's still active and it's not closed. And he is not out of the woods yet.
That's not what I mean. In legalese, that means that they are note that the case is dismissed. And unless there is additional evidence, that means that they can pursue further charges. Then they will reopen the case and investigate.
It's not closed. It's not closed. They don't got to reopen it. It's not closed.
It's closed unless they.
It's not closed. Anyways, tonight just said they're already blaming her. I feel so bad for her. Black Star said, Pinhead, you ever been hurt by somebody?
I don't need to be hurt by somebody to realize that C. Dave is correct and it is dismissed and it is dropped until they find more evidence. So you're arguing for someone to be smeared, even though really nothing.
I'm not arguing for anybody to be smeared. You don't know shit. Don't listen to C. Dave. Go do your own research. No, you didn't. Your favorite irritation said, round of applause, chat, drop C. Dave. Tonight just said C. Dave is 5'9", but that throat 6 feet. Tonight just said they don't just grant restraining orders because you ask nicely, Whitey McWhiterson. Shout out to Felicia, man. Tonight just said, so she's definitely guilty of cheating, but let's wait until there's evidence of him being abusive. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When I'm being even-handed and I'm like, oh, let's say I believe that she cheated. I'm not saying she didn't cheat. I'm not up here saying like, no, I don't believe she didn't cheat. I believe she could have cheated. He hired a private investigator. I believe she could have cheated. I'm inching towards she probably cheated, to be honest with you. But with that being said, what the fuck does that have to do with him fucking putting hands on her starting 8 months ago? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, okay, cool. She cheated. Now what? Now where are we at with the story? She cheated. Cool. You're right. She cheated. Now where are we at? That's all I'm saying. Like, it's like y'all can never have a logical discussion. It's like so binary. There's no nuance to it. I either got to believe every fucking thing he said. She cheated. She abused him. He was a perfect angel. Or maybe she cheated because of a response of some abuse that he was doing to her. Maybe she cheated because he was cheating. Why was he so suspicious of her cheating? That's odd. Where's the evidence? Come up. Pinhead. Oh, I'm sorry. The other man dropped. I was just about to get to him. You can come up.
Has been presented. We're waiting for more evidence to pursue the case, pretty much.
Say what now?
So the evidence has been presented, and they're not gonna. They're not. I don't know what the correct.
I understand what happened, brother. You don't need to explain that to me. I'm explaining it to you. I'm saying at this point, I believe that he abused her. Period. Point blank.
I know you still believe that, even though.
Of course, I believe that.
They dropped it until more evidence comes up. So,
sir,
they haven't had enough to prove that.
Sir. A few things. The police, they don't handle abuse cases well. Right? Go look up if you want to. I have a video on it, but you can go look it up. What's her name? Petito. That woman who was unalived by her fiance when they were driving cross country in that van, where I think he was planning on unaliving her the whole time. They pulled them over. Gabby Petito. The phone call that prompted the police to pull the van over. The caller said the man hit her. The caller said it was a man who said it on the phone, right? Cool. But when they pulled them over, eventually the police started to say, oh, yeah, they literally told him he was a victim of domestic violence. They told him that. The caller said that the man hit the woman. And if you see them, there's no way to confuse that. There's no way to confuse that he hit her or she hit. There's no way to mix them up. He was bald. He was taller, everything, right? He hit her. That's what the caller said. When the police pulled them over, they separated him, asked him what happened, and she was being honest and he was lying. And they instantly took his side and said, oh, it sounds like you were a victim of DV. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear nothing about the police or about a report or whatever. Absolutely not. I'm not waiting on them motherfuckers to tell me anything. Are you crazy? When 40% of police openly, not openly, but when 40% of police have admitted to being DVers themselves, why would I believe them?
Who do you believe? Well, okay, let me ask you.
I believe the victims.
But let me ask you something. What would make you believe he was innocent of doing this?
She comes out and says he's innocent.
So even if they find him innocent, you won't find him innocent.
How would they find him innocent?
No.
If they look through all
I'm just gonna say no, even if they find him innocent.
How would they find him innocent? I'm trying to figure this out.
How do they find anyone innocent of doing anything? What do you mean?
The most they're gonna say is there isn't enough evidence to convict him.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Fuck no, that ain't good enough.
Terrible, Pinhead. That's terrible.
Fuck no, that ain't good enough.
What you gonna do? Put him behind bars for something?
No, I'm not saying put him behind bars. If there's not enough evidence, don't put him behind bars. I didn't say that. But do I have to change my opinion? Absolutely the fuck not.
You can have your opinion, but it doesn't matter.
Then why the fuck are you complaining then? If my opinion doesn't matter, then what the fuck are you complaining about? Hold on. If my opinion doesn't matter, then what the fuck are you crying about, Pinhead?
We're not crying. We're talking a conversation.
No, you're having a conversation about my opinion. So you're up here.
As long as people don't get arrested and convicted, they're innocent.
My argument is, if he did this, he should be punished, and the crime should fit the punishment should fit the crime. But if he's not going to be punished for anything, that means we cannot prove that he did it.
That was a very yes or no question. So I'm going to ask again: if people are not convicted, are they innocent?
There's no yes or no to that. You want me to? You think I believe 100% of the time?
Exactly. Hold on. That's the answer. No. Hold on. The answer is no. Exactly. So why the fuck would you keep asking us?
Mean that he did it,
though. It doesn't mean he didn't do it. That's the.
I assume, and so do most people in this country, innocent until proven guilty. You can try and change.
Most people don't believe that, Pinhead. That is you are repeating what our court of law. You do realize that in other, like in Mexico, it's you're guilty until proven innocent, right? Yes. And in America, why is that stupid? In America, are you not treated like you're guilty? Okay, I got a question for you. If you're not treated, if you're innocent till proven guilty, then why do I need to pay a bail?
Pay a bail?
Mm-hmm. If I get arrested for a crime that I am accused of, why do I have to pay a bail if I'm innocent?
Because the system is fucked up and they want money. What do you mean?
So it's not innocent till proven guilty, correct?
It is in terms of, harsher punishments. Sure.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. It is until harsher punishment.
You have to pay a bill because there's enough evidence to put you in there to begin with.
Yeah.
You get a chance to make your case, but as of right now, it looks like you did this.
Or you were just accused. It ain't even that. It ain't even that deep. It's not. It's bail is about class and race. Let's get it clear. Bail is all rooted in classism and racism. I know that, but I'm saying though, the way that it is presented is obviously there's a conflict of interest. If I'm innocent till proven guilty, then why the fuck do I have to pay a bail? I'm innocent. You haven't proven anything thus far. All you've done thus far is accuse me of something. I'm innocent. Why can't I roam free? I haven't done anything. Cool. You bring me in, you book me, you fingerprint me, you get a swab order. If you get a warrant for my arrest, I'm with you processing me, but you release me immediately, and I'm innocent until proven guilty. Period. But that's not how our country functions.
Until proven guilty means, but
huh?
That could be wrong. I'm not sure that's what innocent until proven guilty means.
Then what does innocent? Yeah. Hold on. Are you accused of a crime right now?
No.
No. And what do you have the luxury of doing right now?
Being free.
Being free. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that's what freedom looks like. Freedom looks like you and I, right? Right now. According to you and me, I agree. Okay, cool. Then what does bail mean?
Bail means whoever put you in there thinks they had enough to say you might be a danger to other people while we.
Which means what? Which means what?
That again doesn't mean you're guilty. It means in between states.
You're getting where's it, sir? If I'm in jail with who am I in jail with? Who are the majority of the people in jail?
Criminals.
No, but more importantly, keep going. Think about it. The guilty. The guilty. I'm in jail with the guilty. So you're treating me no differently than you treat a guilty person, and you're claiming that I'm innocent. How does that make sense? That is a conflict of interest that doesn't make sense. That contradicts one another, sir. That's what I'm saying.
So you just have a problem with my wording.
No, I have a problem with your logic. It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. Your logic is just as bad as the American justice system's logic. That's what I'm saying. So you trying to hide behind that doesn't fly in this particular case. So instead of you trying to hide behind innocent till proven guilty, which we all know isn't true, right? Use your own fucking logic. Use your own morality. That's what I'm telling you to do.
He should not be face further punishment than he has right now until we find evidence to prove him guilty.
He's not facing further punishment.
Well, I don't know if he paid bail or not. I don't know any of that.
He didn't pay bail. They released him.
Okay, good. That's good because you haven't found anything to keep him.
Okay, then what the? And now, based on the evidence that came out after the day after when she made that affidavit and got the protection of order, now I believe her.
Okay, then then they're gonna look into it again, and then they'll decide. Like, okay, right?
What are you? Do you even know what you're even saying at this point? Like, what is the point? Like, what is your point now?
The point is, until they actually figure out if he's charged with the crime, he should walk free until they figure that shit out.
Here's the issue with that argument, though. So let's say that they find whatever evidence that they do. Like, there have been cases where people have been falsely convicted, and it's not uncommon, and they actually go do time for whatever crime they didn't do. Even if someone was proven guilty, we can still have a conversation about whether they actually did or didn't do it.
I got a question. Moon. I got a question for him. Pinhead, did OJ do it?
Did OJ? I'm pretty sure he did.
What? Pretty sure what?
I'm pretty sure he did.
You're pretty sure OJ did it, right?
Yeah.
I knew that one would trip him up. The racist white people, when you ask them about OJ, that OJ get him every single time. I've been got you. I'm looking for you to understand what I'm saying, though. I'm not looking for a gotcha. I've been got you. I've been already dog walked you. I'm trying to help you understand it. You just walk head first into the point. OJ was OJ convicted of unaliving Ron Goldman and
Pinhead.
What?
He was not convicted of unaliving Ron Goldman and Nicole.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I don't fucking look into OJ. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, he's pissed now.
I'm not pissed. I'm ignorant. I don't. I've never researched the case one time. Or do like I don't care about it.
Hey, there was a whole racist white cop on that. Look, here's what I'm saying. There was less evidence. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. There was less evidence in my mind to convict OJ than there is to convict Xavier. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because there was a rate. Mark Furman was an openly racist police officer who had been caught planting evidence on black alleged criminals for years. For years. There was more of a smoking pew-pew in that case than there is in this case. That's what I'm saying. And you're like, nope, OJ did it. And that's fine. And that's fine to believe OJ did it. That's okay. I don't have a problem with you believing that. See? I'm not about to sit here and argue with you. I'm not. I'm also not going to tell you what I don't know if OJ did it or not. You know what I'm saying? I know Johnny Cochran did a hell of a job. That's all I know. I know Johnny Cochran did a hell of a job in that case. That's all I know. Right? That's it. But there was more of a smoking pew-pew in that case than there is in this case. This case actually is easier for me to digest. It's easier for me to believe, oh yeah, he probably went upside that woman's head and choked her a few times. That's all I'm saying.
You can say he probably did it, but until like they make a decision, then I don't know. Right?
All right. Teresa said, judges dismiss cases. C. Dave is so dumb. Drop Dan. That's 2 on Dan head. Juniper said, men scared of opinions on things he got away. Men scared of opinions on things he got away with. Wiki. Black Star said, Pinhead, I didn't ask for all that, nigga. Yes or no? Hey man, Sarah said protective order hearing is on April 1st. We gonna follow it too. We're gonna do a follow-up. Black Star said the words yes and no are not in his vocabulary. Yeah, they are. At certain times, Catch Me Outside said 3 on Pinhead because he is absolutely guilty of stupidity. That's 5 on that boy head. Hey man, y'all, you gonna have to make it make sense to me. You gonna have to make it make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. Y'all be the way y'all be spinning, chasing y'all tail to defend a man. The way y'all be look, you'll defend. Look, and this is a perfect example of intersectionality. A perfect example of intersectionality right now. Pinhead believes Xavier, right? You're saying that there's not enough evidence or whatever for Xavier, right? Because his victim is a black woman, right? OJ was found innocent by a jury of his peers, 12 peers to be exact. Judge Ito presided over it, read the verdict, right? But he unalived 2 white T people, a white man and a white T woman. He probably did it in your mind, though. See how the intersectionality is a motherfucker.
I don't know enough. Maybe he did. Maybe he
George Floyd also bad man. The white police officer who unalived him, never heard you call him a bad man. The actual unaliver, not a bad man in your mind. You still haven't said he was a bad man. But the man that got unalived is the bad man because he did Fenty and he tried to use a fake $20 bill at the store, and he was which makes him an alleged criminal. They criminalize everything. They criminalize walking across the street, sir, without using a crosswalk. Everything is fucking criminalized. It doesn't make you a bad person because you broke a law. The fuck are you talking about? Criminality and morality are not the same thing. They're not mutually exclusive at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Then why would you make all them dumbass things?
We're talking about like 20 different things. I understand that. I never claimed that. When did I say that?
Hey, public, I'm gonna let you and Pinhead have y'all talk. I'm finished live, man.
All right, man. God damn, dog. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy at this point. Like I gotta be going crazy. I gotta be going insane.
Well, I never claimed what you just said. I never claimed that.
What?
Never claimed that.
What?
You're
What?
talking about how laws and morals are different. Of course, I never claimed.
You said he was bad because he was a criminal. You did say that.
I said he was bad because he did fentanyl.
No.
I don't think it's really good.
That makes you bad? To do Fenty, that makes you bad.
It's a bad choice for sure for anybody.
Bro, stop. To do Fenty makes you a bad person. And you literally said out of your own mouth, he's a criminal. That is what you said. But to do Fenty to yourself makes you bad? Is that what you're telling me right now?
What makes you bad? This is a different conversation.
Hurting other people makes you bad, brother. Not hurting yourself. Like, are you fucking for real? Are you serious right now? You don't know what makes you a bad person? You think if I harm myself, I'm a bad person?
I think it's more complicated than just hurting other people. But
Okay, how? Make it more complicated for me. How?
I think if you're addicted to drugs, you're generally not a good person.
Why? What makes you not a good person?
Because that's just a bad choice. Like, I don't know. I think it goes beyond hurting other people. Of course you're bad if you hurt other people. Like,
if I'm bad to myself, how am I being immoral? Where's the immorality coming into play? I'm so curious.
Well, I mean, we can argue about what laws we should and shouldn't follow, but I think most laws should be upheld. Sir,
you bouncing all around. You just said, see, you're contradicting yourself. You just said that you never talked, that you weren't talking about criminality. Because when I said that criminality and morality are mutually exclusive, you said, I get that. And now you're going right back to that talking point. Well, I think most laws should be upheld. What the fuck are you even talking about? What are you talking about? What laws are you talking about?
I think both things can be true. I think that we should, for the most part, look to uphold laws that are put in place generally for our own good and other people's good.
What does you doing 50 got to do with you being a bad person? That's what I'm trying to understand. How does that make you? That's all I want to know. How does that make you a bad person?
Maybe it don't make you a bad person, but it definitely don't make you a good person.
It don't.
Drugs is not.
Then hold on. What makes you a good person?
Makes you a good person?
What makes you a good person?
I think that's a lot harder to quantify than what makes someone a bad person. I don't know.
Is it? Okay, I mean, so could I do Fenty? What if I did Fenty, but then I was like, I dedicated all my spare time to helping elderly people and women and children. Am I a bad person?
That's a good question. No, I mean, probably not.
Is Pinhead white or black?
He white as a pure driven snow.
What percentage of white people do you think are bad, sir?
A percentage? I don't think it's. We can just say all people, but if you want to talk about white, I'd say most people. I'm cynical. I think most people are bad.
Nah.
Okay.
Really.
So, but that's excluding yourself, right? Obvious. You don't.
No, I mean, I'm not. Again, I mean, I've hurt people, not like what you guys are probably thinking of when I say hurt. Like I've been selfish. I've looked out for I've hurt people. I'm not good. What makes someone good?
Have you ever got a speeding ticket?
Yes.
Okay, that's a crime.
You're bad.
Does that make you a bad person?
I'm not bad because I got the speeding ticket. I was bad before.
But you committed a crime.
Yeah, sure, I did.
Okay, so then you agree that you are a bad person.
Yeah, sure, yes.
Based on the speeding ticket?
No, I told you.
Man, dude, this shit is crazy, bro. I can't.
If he really believes that, then yeah, I guess he's correct that he think all people are bad.
He don't believe it. He don't believe it.
I'm just saying. He's trying to, anytime.
Hold on, you say you're only bad if you harm other people, right?
You can't be bad, sir. If you aren't harming anybody else, you're not a bad person. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm gonna make it simple and plain for you.
About it, am I bad? If I'm internally racist and I never mention any of my beliefs to nobody, say nothing, am I bad?
No.
If I'm internally racist?
What do you mean if you're internally racist? How does it manifest itself?
What if it doesn't?
Then you ain't bad then. Listen. 99.999% of white people are racist, right? You're not internally racist. You're racist, right? I can be internally racist as a black person. You're just racist. But if you are unpacking your racism and you are actively helping the black community and you don't even got to be helpful. Fuck it. I don't even go that far. If you are not causing harm to the black community, you're not supporting harmful policies, you're not propping up harmful, toxic ideals and people that harm the black community. I don't care if you racist or not. What the fuck did that got to do? What that got to do with anything? Who cares? Like, what are you talking about? Hey, I'm only talking about your actions. You're talking about what you feel deep down on the. I don't give a fuck what you feel on the inside. I care about what you do, baby. That's it. That's all I care about. How are you living? How are you living? Are you actively a racist person? Are you actively discriminating against black people and non-white people? And you know what I'm saying? Then you're a bad person. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how. Is this hard? Is this difficult to understand? Like, am I tripping? This seems fucking easy. This is so easy to understand.
I mean, you got to consider who you're talking to.
You know, the only reason why anyone here thinks I'm racist because I come into these lives, disagree with you guys, and hurt your feelings.
Nah, that ain't.
No, you don't even listen. You don't even listen to yourself when you talk. Like, that's why people think you are racist because
I need to agree with everything a black.
I think you. Yeah. Hey, no, wait. No, hell, yeah.
You don't even have to come in these lives.
Nah, Sovereign. He right. He do need. Damn, they said remove pinhead. Damn, they said, hey, he do need to agree with everything black people say.
He used too many words. You know, he was saying too much. He was using the actual words.
Yeah.
He did it like 3 times that I saw.
Hey man, you do. Matter of fact, I ain't about to sit here and lie to you. You do. Let me hold your sticky ass hand when I tell you this, sir. Yeah, you do. Yeah. They say, hey, what'd you do?
She gonna hold your hand with a napkin in
I'm
between?
gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between. Yeah. Let me hold your sticky ass hand with a napkin in between when I tell you this. Absolutely.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
The same way when women say what I just listen. Yep. I valid. Yep. Y'all right. Yep. You got it. Yep. Right. Cool. Yep. Same that. Super easy. When black people talking, shut the up.
Literally.
Shut the up.
Before, did he come here or not?
Yeah, he did everything. He a member. He said, "Yes,
Are you serious? He a member?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so done.
Hey, we're not gonna satellize the subs, man. We're not gonna put no smut. We're not gonna put no smut.
People hating on you and they're paying you to hate on you is diabolical.
We're not gonna put no smut on the sub name like that now. We're not gonna put no smut on the sub name like that now.
Wild word. Look, we're trying to get like you, folks. Hey,
We're not gonna put.
Good to talk to you.
All right, we're not gonna put too much smut on the sub name. Come on now. Hey, I gotta end the live. I'm about to get banned. I can feel it. I got restricted. Hey, they hit me with about 7 restrictions right now in a row. They made me drop Pinhead, and then the live got restricted like 7 times. I know the ban was coming next. I'm glad. I just got banned. They on your boy neck, man. They on your boy neck. All right, I ask him, Ellie, when we come back. He'll be back in here. We're gonna ask him, is the opioid epidemic, does it make white people bad? Because what? Because, what is we saying now? What are we really saying right now? Like, for real, y'all. So you a bad person if you do smugs? I can't take y'all seriously. I can't take men seriously at this point. Like, y'all just don't. Do y'all got a brain? Y'all got a brain cell. Y'all two brain cells is fighting for supremacy. Your last two brain cells are fighting for supremacy at this point. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, if you do smugs, you're a bad person. Says who? That shit is a disease. Like what? Is being obese? Does being obese make you bad too? I ended the live. I had a ton of restrictions. They hit me with like, I got hit with like 4 or 5 restrictions, and then they made me drop Pinhead, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna end it and start it over again. Tonight just said, if you feel people are bad, why do you need evidence that Xavier Worthy is guilty? Clock it. Shani, I appreciate you. Appreciate the super sticker. Come back up, Pinhead, if you in here. Something in my throat. No diddy. Lady Starfish said, no, don't come back. The LA is backwards. It's upside down. It ain't backwards. It's upside down. Thanks, Sean. I got all the Fly Dodger shit right now. I'm ready for the season to start. I ain't gonna even watch it though. Watch. I'll be excited for baseball to start every year, and I end up not even watching half the games. I ain't got the time. So because I'm sub here to hate you, I don't hate anyone. What? What you talking about, man? I don't know what the hell you talking about. It's 182 games, man. 180 something games. Is it 180 games? I thought it was something like that. Yeah, 180 something games. Yeah, see, I got the Dodger blue nails. We popping. We ready. Nigel said, start calling that whole skinhead. It took y'all long enough to come up with that one. All right, man. Go ahead, brother. We listening.
You drop people because they're driving. I'll be honest. I'm driving. I'll be not driving in a second.
Nah, bro.
Because I know some creators drop people when they're driving because it's not safe.
Nah, bro. I don't drive nobody. If you want to be reckless and drive, that's you and your family. That's you. You the protector of your family. I ain't the protector of your family. You definitely can't say it though. Yeah, you got to be careful.
No, I understand. And some people do that, so I didn't know how you.
If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's probably. I am subscribed to you, but I don't know why people think that's because I do that to hate on you. That's just weird thinking. But I mean, you can think how you want.
Hey, man, I ain't saying nothing about it. I said I protected you. I protected your image. I said we're not gonna put no smut on the sub name like that now. So you ain't gotta defend yourself to me.
I know I come here and look stupid enough. I don't care. I don't. Whatever they say, people are gonna talk no matter what. I don't fucking care. It's kind of funny, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. They say you do it. Hey, hold on. I gotta ask you this question. Melly want me to ask you. Is the opioid epidemic? Ask him if the opioid epidemic make YT people bad.
I mean, to be honest, distributing all that stuff, knowing the harmful it causes, doesn't make white people bad. It makes the individuals that do it bad. All white people don't do that. So it makes those people bad. Yeah. Would you disagree?
Does it make the YT people who do it bad? No.
Distributing drugs that harm people.
Hold on, bro. You gotta stop saying the words. TikTok friendly words, smugs. Come on, bro. You've been on here long enough. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if you can say smugs though. Maybe not. Maybe you can. Maybe I got to be careful with that too. But let's be careful. I know smugs you can't say. But anyways, yeah. I don't think that
something that's harmful doesn't make you bad, knowing that it will harm people that you addict to it. Really?
Say it again.
You're saying distributing something that's harmful, knowing of the horrible things that can happen to people that become addicted to it, is not harmful?
No, that is harmful. The people who distribute it, the people who distribute it are bad. The people who do it are not. They're victims.
The people that distribute it, yeah.
Yeah, the people who do it are not though. I'm not blaming. I don't. If you're on, you know what I'm saying, controlled substance, I'm not about to be like, you're a bad person. Absolutely not.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should shift my opinion. I think that's probably more accurate. I don't know why. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know. I'm probably wrong about that. Yeah.
All right. Well, a dub's a dub, I guess.
That's one thing that you can get me to, but I don't know about the whole background. I think I just don't know. That's just, I don't know.
Yeah, man, you got to learn. Look, man, it's tough. I know it's tough. It's tough to believe women in general, right? And I know it's extra tough to believe black women. But
it's not about dude, if there was a white person on that screen, I'd be saying the same shit.
If it was a white man, and a white woman, you would believe the white man too. I know. But I'm saying it's tough. If it was a white woman, I could see you believing the man.
If there was a white woman and a black man, I still would see the same shit.
I could see you believing the man. No, I agree. I'm not saying you wouldn't. I believe that too.
Okay, no matter what the mix of race is up there, I'm saying the same thing. But I mean,
the race matters though.
If you want me to prove it, just just make a different prompt. I'll come up again. Like I'm telling you. But it is what it is.
But my point is that would just prove that you consistently don't believe any woman. See what I'm saying?
Well, again, because to me, the connotations are more simple than just like, what did you do today? Someone answers the question, how can I believe you? The reason why I say I don't believe someone like this, because I'm thinking the implications are going to put this man behind bars. That's what I'm saying. That's the only way.
I don't give a, me believing it or not believing it ain't about to put this man behind bars, bro.
No, but me believing the accusations would lead me to want to prosecute him for horrible things he
You're
did.
not a DA.
No, I'm not. But that's what I would want to happen. I never said I was a DA.
Then what are you talking, sir?
I'm following the logic trail of what should happen to somebody that does the things he was accused of.
Do you know? Do you know what happens? No, look, y'all saying there's a video. Yes, there's a video of the most recent incident. That doesn't disprove anything she said about him whatsoever. There's a video of the most recent incident. Absolutely. There's a video. Yep. There's not videos. There's not a ton of videos. There's not 5 videos to corroborate his story or corroborate her story. There is one video of the most recent incident. That's it.
Okay, what does the video show? I don't know.
That allegedly that she was the aggressor.
Okay, and then we just need more evidence, because if the video showed that he was abusive, I would I'd be on your side. That's what I'm saying. So I think you got me wrong trying to say that I don't believe any people no matter what. Like, I just don't think there's enough evidence. That's the only thing I'm telling you. But you can say whatever you want.
Y'all don't be waiting on evidence though. That's my point. And that's the shit that I hate that y'all hide behind, is like, it's evidence, it's evidence based. Y'all are not evidence-based people at all. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like consistently, you're not.
I need a comment on Derek Chauvin. I think he's a horrible person. He unalived George Floyd. That's evidence that he's horrible. So you wanted me to say that, right? So
I didn't want you to say nothing. I just clocked at what you didn't say and what you did say. 2 totally different things. I didn't want you to say anything. You said what you said, and I just said, oh, okay. That's odd that as soon as we started talking about George Floyd, it was like, oh no, he's a bad man. Derek Chauvin, the man that unalived him on video. First time you said he was bad. That was 30 minutes ago. That's all I'm saying. That was odd. That was telling. I don't know what you want me to tell you about it. Like that was very telling to me. I was like, that's interesting that he would do that.
That's because we didn't mention him at that point. You mentioned him first. I would have said something about him. You said George Floyd. That's the first name you mentioned.
Why would you even think to say that George Floyd was bad is my point. That was irrelevant to the conversation at that point.
Oh, no shit. We could be talking about anybody and then, like, that's just where my brain went. You laugh. I don't care. It's what?
Your brain went instantly to tear George Floyd down because that's what the media did to him, which was my point of how they don't treat the innocent innocently and how it's not innocent till proven guilty. That was my point, sir. You proved my point. Your reflex was to say the unalived man was a bad man, but the man that unalived him, it took you 40 freaking minutes to say he was bad. You don't think that was by design?
I didn't think about it like that. It's probably I should have said the other one first. I probably shouldn't have said anything about George Floyd. Shit, I don't know.
You shouldn't have, though. You shouldn't have. Not probably. You shouldn't have. But that you did. That's the whole thing about the thing. That was the exact point that I was making, and you proved it in real time. Like the amount of times that y'all run head first into the exact thing that I'm saying during the conversation and then just blow past it as if I didn't you gotta that's the point. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I ain't been making none of this up. So you got to stop saying stupid stuff like, oh, just because I disagree. No, I don't, sir. You can disagree with me. That's fine. I welcome the disagreement. What I don't like and what I don't respect is when you run head first into the point I pointed out to you and you acknowledge it, but instead of you actually processing it and digesting it, you just blow past it like it didn't happen. When that was the whole thing. Like now that you acknowledge that, everything else I said has to make sense now, right? Because that was the whole point. Instead, you're like, well, that could be true. And you're like compartmentalizing it when it was all connected. That's what I'm saying. You can't separate the two things. Like, where are we at now? Now you've agreed to, you shouldn't have said what you said about Xavier. You should, or about Derek Chauvin and George Floyd. You shouldn't have you said something else. You shouldn't have said what you said about Derek Chauvin and whatever. And then you said, oh, and you agreed that you doing Fenty doesn't make you, or doing smug D-Rugs doesn't make you a bad person. Like, come on, bro. Like, the jig is up. What you were saying didn't make sense the whole time. It never made sense.
To address the prompt, and everything has kind of spiraled since then. I stand on what I say about the prompt. The other stuff, yeah, I misspoke, or I was wrong about some of the other stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God. Lord help us. We are not okay. We're not. This is not okay. This is crazy. What am I saying wrong? How am I not? I blame myself at this point.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
Okay. Then what am I saying, Pinhead? What am I saying?
Tell me I missed the point. And I mean, yes. Okay.
And what was my point? And what was my point? Why did I bring all that stuff up? Because I wasn't all over the place. Everything that I said was connected.
To show that I, without thinking too much about it, sided with the media on something that I should have thought more about, like in the George Floyd case, especially. That's what your point was about that.
No.
No,
that wasn't the point. I wouldn't even have brought that up. The reason why I highlighted that was because what you're trying to say right now, right? You're saying that there's not enough evidence, and in our country, you are innocent till proven guilty. That is the statement that prompted the whole discussion that we ended up having, right?
In a court of law. I'm not talking about public opinion. We can't control what the public says or does or thinks. I'm talking about innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Which, if George Floyd had not unalived, and let's say he was brought, he would also be innocent until proven guilty in the law. The fact that he unalived doesn't change that. I'm talking about in a court of law. So now we can continue with the conversation. I should have made that clear in the beginning. I can't control the public. I can't control what people think, what they say, or what they do. But I know the law in this country would not have automatically assumed George Floyd was anything until they tried him in court. So now let's continue.
Sir, then why are you arguing against my opinion?
What do you mean your opinion? I'm just saying because you can have your opinion, and we all have our opinions. I'm just talking about what's going to happen in the court of law, you know, so on and so forth. That's it.
That's not what you were saying, though. If that's all you were saying, there wouldn't be a discussion. But that's not what you were saying, right? I'm not dumb. I wouldn't. Why would I argue against that? It doesn't make any sense. That's not what you were saying, though. Why are you backpedaling now? Stand on it. It's okay to acknowledge what you said.
That's what I mean when I say innocent until proven guilty.
That's not what you meant, sir. You said in this country. That is general. That ain't just the court system, brother. You said in this country. That's when I brought up OJ. That's when I brought up Derek Chauvin. That's when all that happened, brother. And I was just...
Yeah, there are lots of cases where people will, you know, assume the different, but I said the vast majority would stand on what I say. Yeah.
What are you saying?
That innocent until proven guilty works most of the time. Or if not,
it doesn't. It doesn't work most of the time, brother.
Yes, there are these. You bring up good points where it's not. But again, that wouldn't.
I brought up the bail system. I brought up I've tried to do it in every single capacity, and you are acknowledging them one by one, but not collectively. So you are either lying about acknowledging them, or you are just you just lack comprehension. Because this is not that hard to understand. If you can acknowledge them individually, why can't you acknowledge them collectively?
I just don't think the bail system would necessarily mean take it away. But I mean, for example, the bail system is part of the court system, and yet you would agree. You told me you would agree in law or in court, innocent until proven guilty is generally followed. So that would mean bail is a part of that. So it doesn't take it away. That just because the bail system exists, innocent until proven guilty wouldn't stand most times.
Do you even know what you're trying to say right now? What are you saying? Like, I don't even think you understand what you're trying to say. You're just saying that you're fighting yourself.
Bail exists doesn't take away my point. Just because bail exists doesn't take away my point.
It does.
About being innocent until proven guilty, especially in court, if not most of the time in society. I said most, not all.
It does.
Not all.
It does prove. It does. It literally. That's why I brought it up. See? That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought up OJ. That's why I brought up all the things that I brought up, sir. This is crazy. Like y'all, like you gotta be lying. Like there's no way you can understand.
3 cases. We can just look up all cases of anyone accused of anything, and it would
all. You want me to look up all cases of anyone accused of anything?
I'm telling you, most cases are going to be that we're not assuming that these people are bad people. That's not what we're doing in most cases.
Who is we? Society?
Society, sure.
That's what I just said. You just said you were talking about the courts. Now you said society. Oh, God. Biku said, how can you form words with all that boot in your mouth, Pinhead? You got that motherfucker 9 inches down his gullet, man. This is like, what is happening? I'm not understanding.
This person say black people don't get that privilege. Is Xavier really not black? My eyes deceive me. What are you talking about? What
privilege are we talking about? Being innocent until proven guilty? This is a black woman. This is a black woman, sir.
Yes. She's a black man. They're both black. Yes.
Black women. Hold on. See? Now we're going to learn you a little bit more about intersectionality. A black woman versus a black man. The black woman is going to get trashed and thrashed and abused every single time in the public. Like 99 point. Nobody's going to protect her. Like collectively. Nobody. Sir. Sorry. Listen. We don't protect black women. As a society, we don't. The only people that attempt to protect black women are other black women. That's it. Nobody fucking helps, but nobody listens to them. No. Within the white community, nobody listens to white women. White women don't get protected within the white community either. Just so we're clear, white women don't get protected within the white community. They don't. They don't give a fuck about white women within the white community. But
I mean, if he abused her, I'd say, yeah, all for it. I don't know if he did or not. That's what the whole argument is, sir. Like, that's the argument. You can scratch your head, you can do all that. That's the argument. She needs protection if she's being abused, right? Or if she's being harmed against. That's the only
Hold on.
Did he
She
do it or did he not?
She tall and sexy said, nah, them white women tears def do get protection against everybody else. Against white men, they get protected? Fuck out of here. Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. What are you talking about? Like, they don't protect white men, don't protect white women within the white community. They steamroll white women every chance they get within the white community. They don't give a fuck about protecting white women. Jeffrey Epstein, they don't give a fuck. White women's tears only work they can only be weaponized against non-white men. They can be weaponized against any other group of people because of their whiteness, not their womanhood, right? White women against white men, white women do not get protection. They do not protect white women.
What does that mean? Weaponizing tears. What does that mean? Weaponizing tears? That's just an odd way of putting it. But
Amber Heard. Like, yeah, there are so many scenarios I could lay out where white women aren't protected versus a white man. I can even lay out scenarios where white women weren't protected against black men or non-white men. But way more, like, the only time white women's tears work are against a non-black, non-white men. That's it. They only work against non-white men. Everywhere else, let me repeat, everywhere else, white women's tears don't matter. They don't matter against white men. They only matter against black men, black women, Asian men, whatever, everybody else. Black women, black men, number one, you know what I'm saying? And then. That's it. Like y'all tripping. If you think white women are getting protected against white men, you're tripping. I literally don't have to go any further than Donald Trump. Period. I don't have to look any further than Donald Trump. That's it. Donald Trump is the prime example. If white women tears work, how the fuck is that guy our president? If white women's tears matter, how the fuck is Donald Trump our president? That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. You can try to make a case for it any other way you want to. Fine. I would love to hear it. But if Donald Trump is our president, you would have to tell me how white women's tears work against white men, because I've never seen it before. I've seen it work against everybody. I've seen white women weaponize their tears against black people time after time after time again. Time after time after time again. Shit happens every day. Shit happening right now somewhere. It's a Karen somewhere. Fake crying somewhere. We know it. Calling the police, saying something happened. No doubt about it. Everybody knows that. There is no argument there.
You're talking about, like, you're not talking about lying. You're talking, well, I guess.
I'm talking about fucking lying. Hell yeah, I'm talking about lying.
Only white women do and white men do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because you're saying only white women's tears work.
I'm saying hold on, time out. We talking about two different things. White women will lie on black people and say that black people were the aggressor in the situation, say black people tried to harm her, say a black man did something, whatever, black woman did this, she whatever, right? And she will be believed the vast majority of the time. That is the crux of the idea behind weaponizing her tears, right? Oh, it was him. Oh, he did it. It was her. She yelled at me or whatever. That's weaponizing your tears, right? It is.
Women can do that too, right?
No. Against who? No, who can black women do that? Who can black women do that? Who?
I'm not sure. For example, in this situation, she could be doing that to work. She could be lying.
It didn't work. He was free. What the fuck? He's walking free. What are you talking about?
There's no evidence. That's why he's out free.
What are you talking about? There's no evidence? There's not enough evidence. Fine. At this moment, fine. There's not enough evidence at this time. Fine. I'll agree to that. There's no evidence is crazy. And this proves she can't. What tears did she weaponize? Where?
You can weaponize it, don't mean it's always going to work. The idea of weaponizing something doesn't always mean it's going to, like, get the result you want.
Oh my God. Listen to what I'm saying. when the white T woman does it against non-black, does it against non-white people and not non-white men specifically, she is almost always lying. Almost always that woman is fucking lying. I'm saying she wouldn't be weaponizing her tears because I believe her. So she ain't even weaponizing her tears. She more than likely, she got abused. That's not weaponizing your tears if you actually got abused and then you cry about it and then you tell somebody about it. It's not weaponizing your tears. You actually were abused. Jesus fucking Christ.
How do you know that these white women you're talking about weren't also abused? You're just assuming that you're assuming quite a lot of white women pretend to be abused or lie about it and weaponize it. That's what you're doing, right? That's the whole conversation.
Sir, where did the term Karen come from?
I actually don't.
Oh man, I swear to God, bro, I'm about to fucking lose it. You know what the fucking Karen is, sir?
That's not what you answered. You said where did it come from?
I'm saying, okay, if you know what it is,
I know what it is. Yes.
Okay. What is a Karen?
Karen is somebody who calls the manager, calls someone.
Back it up. Back it up. You messed up already. What is a Karen? Be more specific.
Well, it's a woman, first of all.
First of all, okay. But what type of woman is it?
Mostly, well, actually, I guess always a white woman.
Yeah.
Usually. But,
yeah. A Karen is a white woman. Yeah.
You want me to be very specific. Fine. White woman, and then I can describe what they do. That's what you want me
to
do.
Yeah. And what do they normally do? What do they do?
They usually cry about the most minute or unimportant things and blow it out of proportion and call manager, call the cops, call anybody they think will help them because that's the way.
And then what? Okay, fine. And then what happens when the cops get there?
Then they'll like cry about it and try and get their sympathy to gain them on their side.
And they're lying. Usually, when the cops get there, they lie.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with what a Karen is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it is so common. It happens so often in our society. There is a phrase that has been coined to draw attention to that specific activity that white T women do against every other group of people. Starting with black men, number one, then black women, number two.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they do, right? So when you say, well, how do you know white T women do that? From fucking history. From reality, like, what are you talking about? That's what they do. They do that shit all the time. They do it all the time. Now, to be fair, though, to be fair, even with that being said, right? White T woman, black man in a relationship. White T woman says black man abused her. I still believe the white T woman the majority of the time.
Now, that's interesting because she would be seen as the victim or because she's a woman? Like, why? Because you're talking about black man, and I know you so many times on this live say believe black people, right? That's what you talk about a lot too. I've heard you say it. So why would you believe the white woman over the black man in that case?
If they're in once again, because more than likely the odds they don't really drop that much, even in a relationship with a black man and a white woman, if they don't drop that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, odds are she's still telling the truth. Odds are she's still telling the truth. Is there a greater chance that she's lying on the black man? Yes, and I take that into account. But odds are she's still telling the truth. Because even as a white T woman, saying a man of any race has raped you or accosted you or abused you still puts a target on your back as a woman. You most likely still will be ostracized. Still. So even then, the woman is taking a risk by coming out and saying this man did something to her. Even then, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make any sense for me to believe that the woman, even the white T woman, is lying on the black man. Like, I really don't have a reason to not believe it if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, more than likely, I believe it. If a woman in general, I don't care what her race is, in a relationship specifically, says that the man that she's in a relationship abuse her, I'm believing her 99% of the fucking time. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. This shit ain't really that hard. Like, 99% of the time, I'm believing her. Now, if you don't want to believe her, if you think we got to wait till all this evidence and all of this shit come out, fine. That's on you. That's on you. History, odds, logic, whatever, all point to that woman is telling the truth, no matter what her race is, no matter what her ethnicity is, she is telling the truth. That's what I'm saying. If a white tea woman says she was raped by a man, I don't care what the race of the man is, I believe her the vast majority of the time. If a black woman say anything happened to her, I fucking believe her. Like, it's gonna be hard to convince me otherwise. I ain't gonna even hold you. Let me just put that out there. I ain't gonna even hold you. Same way if a black man says he was abused by the system, I'm gonna believe him. I ain't gonna even hold you. It's gonna be hard to convince me otherwise that the police didn't beat that man up, that they didn't deny that man access to this job or whatever because he was black. It's gonna be hard to convince me otherwise. Hard. Very, very, very hard. Same thing for women, and especially for black women. Really, really hard. Like damn near impossible. So unless this woman comes out in the near future and says it was all a lie, I made it all up, I'm going to believe that he actually did abuse her. That's what I'm telling you. It's going to be really difficult to convince me otherwise. Now, change this woman to a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white tea woman. Also, I would say the same thing, just for the record. It's going to be really hard, but it will be easier to convince me. That's all I'm saying. It would be easier, but it still would be really, really hard to convince me otherwise. That's what I'm saying. That's it. It ain't, I mean, the nuance is there. That's all I'm saying. I just want to be like, I'm very transparent with this. I'm not binary. I don't have a black, not to, no pun intended. I don't have black or white when it comes to this stuff because intersectionality is a motherfucker and they be doing a doozy on us as a society. So I just go where the math goes. The math says X, Y, and Z. That's what the math says. I believe it. That's it. I believe women. I believe when women, I haven't been, even by white women, I haven't been led astray by what white women have been saying about men. It's the same shit black women been saying about men. It's the same shit. They stories overlap. Shit's over. I just did a video on that shit the other day. It was a white woman. My wife sent me a video from this woman talking. It was a video recording of a woman in 1964. And she was saying the exact same shit that this black woman nowadays, it was a black grandmother, like in her 70s, it looked like, was talking about. So it was a black woman now saying what used to happen back in the 50s and 60s and whatever, right? And she was talking about how the women were abused and blah, 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 right? And then there was a white woman in 1964 talking to her white husband saying the exact shit that the black woman was saying about them. It was the same shit. The stories was exactly the same. And I was like, yeah, okay. The women been saying the same shit about men, no matter what the race, for fucking ever. They've been saying the same shit about men forever, black, white, or otherwise, right? Men are abusive. Black men are abusive. White men are abusive. Asian men are abusive. Rich men are abusive. Poor men are abusive. Fat men are abusive. Skinny men are abusive in general to women in general. It's not, this shit ain't that hard to understand, brother. I swear to God, it's not. I promise you it's not. Y'all overcomplicate the shit. Y'all make it like it's like, oh, I gotta listen to the man and I gotta Why? When everything, all the logic, all the odds point to this, the men are going to lie almost every single time. They have a reason to lie. The woman has, and I'm saying very little just because, right? Just to leave the door open for some slight chance of, she could get something positive out of this. The woman has little to no benefit in lying on a man in this case. Almost none. She has almost no benefit to lie on a man. None. Nothing good comes of this for the woman. Nothing. Even, listen to what I'm telling you. Even when the man is found guilty, the woman still doesn't win in the end. Just so you know. I mean, she gets justice. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about, yes, Tracy, exactly. Can't forget that. Especially black women. But in the court of public opinion, even when the woman wins in the court of law, she loses socially. She still loses socially. She still becomes a pariah. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, where's all this baked in benefit for exposing men of being abusers. Like, there's no benefit. She doesn't get shit. She gets way more out of it keeping her mouth shut, extorting him, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all want to say about women, think of the most nefarious shit you can think of. She has a way greater benefit to just keep her mouth shut and not say anything than to ever come out publicly. Because more than likely, he ain't going to go to jail. More than likely, no justice will ever be served anyway. Even if, I'm saying, let's assume that he did do it. I'm saying, even if that's the case, more than likely, he won't actually be found guilty. So she's doing all of this for what? She's already, about her specifically, she's already famous. she's already famous. She don't need a platform. She has a platform. She is the platform. So you can't say that. She ain't doing this to get on Baddies or fucking Bad Girls of Atlanta or whatever the fuck reality TV show. They would love to have her on there if she wanted to be on there. Not as famous as Xavier Worthy. Okay. Tonight just said we are currently experiencing white nonsense every day. Your favorite irritation said, Pinhead, have you ever been falsely accused of something like this? Because the way you're talking, women are handing out accusations like candy. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, okay, we don't live in a perfect world, should the public look at people in all cases, if it was a perfect world, as innocent until guilty? I know that's not how it works. We've been over that. Should it work that way?
Should the public look at the
should
what?
It work the way, for example, George Floyd, people, you know, and I said, whatever, he's bad, this, that, the other. Should it be the other way? In a perfect world, should we look at people as innocent until guilty?
No.
In a perfect world?
No.
No. So
I mean, why would this? Well, that's an oxymoron. Hold on. That's an oxymoron. In a perfect world, this wouldn't happen. But okay, keep going.
I'm saying, if me or you were accused of this, we would want people to not think that we did it, even though we knew we were innocent.
Sir, let me tell you something. If I got accused of abusing a woman, if I got accused of abusing a woman, I would expect that most people wouldn't believe her. And that's not to say that whether I'm guilty or not, knowing what I know, I would expect society as a whole, I know that the majority of people aren't going to believe her. Men specifically, maybe women might.
Hold on, but what if people don't know you, they would just go off the statistics that you always talk about, right?
No, people don't know the statistics. Most people don't know that.
You're saying that you think that people would assume that they wouldn't believe her? Why? They would believe. You believe women. How do you know other people wouldn't believe women?
Sir, am I like most men?
No.
Okay, hold on, wait. So I'm not like most men, right? Like, I know that. And that's not a pat on the back. I'm just being honest. I'm not like most men. I know most men don't believe victims. I used to not believe victims. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I had to learn. I had to develop myself. I had to get the information. And then I was like, wait, so everything I was taught was a fucking lie? To not believe women? Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you mean to tell me almost every time a man is accused of timeout? And I'll remove that from it to make you understand what I'm saying. Almost every time a victim comes forward and says that they are abused, whether it's a man or a woman, they are telling the truth. Sir, i.e., Terry Crews. I believe Terry Crews. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I believe men when they come forward and say they were abused. I don't go, oh, it's a man. I go, oh, no, shit. He was abused? Oh, okay, I believe him.
In this situation, though, hypothetically, where you're accused, you think people should believe the woman then?
Yes. Yes, why not? Why would you thinking that I would change what I believe based on my own personal experiences is pure projection, because that's not how I think. Like again, I can say it's all men till it's no men and not get offended. I can say I can understand why women are choosing the bear. I don't get offended by that shit. That don't bother me one bit. I'm okay with women lumping me in with every single other man if if it protects them, which it does, they don't need to accept me. I don't need to be accepted by women as a group. For you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be trusted by women. I'm not trying to convince women that, oh, trust public or what. I'm not. You could don't trust me, lump me in with every other man. Like I would prefer that than you like, oh, he's cool and Pinhead's cool, but Jerry's bad, and I would rather you not do that, right? Because I know odds are we all fucked up. Yeah, men as a group.
That makes sense.
Jerry, you said you were accused. You were falsely accused?
Yes.
Interesting. What happened?
I was accused of sexually harassing a coworker.
Mm-hmm. And why?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why does that mean?
What he said, what does that mean?
It can be lots of things. What specifically, what does that mean? I was accused of touching a female coworker.
Oh, that's assault.
Touching is different than like
well, sexual harassment is like you just saying some inappropriate shit or whatever. You touched her. That's assault, brother.
It was proven false.
How? How was it proven false?
Because my managers went through the cameras and it showed that I did not do that.
Oh, okay. Yep. And that's fine. I mean, I'm glad you didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't pay for a crime you didn't commit. Cool. I don't, what is it, but what's the relevancy of that though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm saying that like some women do lie about it.
I've been already acknowledged that. I really and truly never understand how I be up here yapping for as many hours as I do, and I give all of this context, and you still just say the same thing.
I just literally just got here.
No, you've been in here. What are you talking about? But I'll say it again. I know that women can lie about this stuff, and anybody can lie about being abused, assaulted, whatever, right? Yep, it happens sometimes. It does. It happens sometimes. What percentage of the time does it actually happen is the question, though.
Interesting. I don't know. You can look it up.
Yeah. Do you know, like, so what are we talking about? You want to talk about SA? Because that was SA what you did to that, or what she alleged that you did to her. Touching her, that's SA. That would be assault, right? So 98% of the time. They say it's between 2 and 10%, right? That of the time that it's not like. So basically, what ends up happening is the woman says, public did this to me, public touched me, you know, whatever, right? And then most of the time, what happens is they investigate the situation, and they just don't. They end up not having enough evidence, or they get the person wrong. Like the crime actually occurred, but they get the person wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my homie was standing next to each other, and he smacked her on the butt, but she thought it was me. You know what I'm saying? But somebody smacked her on the butt. It just wasn't me. And she said it was me. So a crime did occur. So most of the time, that's what happens. It actually did happen. It's just the woman got it wrong. And why would the woman want to put the wrong man in prison or charge the wrong man? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense logically. You know what I mean? Because now, because if you're victimized by a person, you fairly easily develop PTSD from that, right? And if that person is roaming free, that will heighten your anxiety. So I don't understand why a woman would deliberately want to lock up the wrong man for a crime that actually did happen. So usually the vast majority of the time it's she just got the person wrong, and that's what happened, right? Your case, you're saying that you were proven to be innocent. Fine, that's cool. But what does it have to do with the majority of women? That's my question. That's for you, Jerry. What does your case have to do with the majority of women? How does that disprove anything that I'm saying?
I'm saying out of spite. Sometimes it's out of spite.
Okay. Answer my question though. What does your case have to do with anything that I'm saying right now?
About the front up that's up top?
About the prompt?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is me saying that I believe this woman, and the reason why is because in the vast majority of cases, when an abuse victim or survivor comes forward and alleges that a man or somebody abused them, they are telling the truth, right? What does your story have to do with me saying that about this woman and about abuse victims?
Certain things don't add up.
What doesn't add up?
When you ask someone who's abused, you want to know everything, and if their story is adding up.
I don't. You might want to. I don't ask everything about. I ask the abuser. Their story has to add up. The only thing in abuse. I don't. I don't need them to relive their trauma for me to get a clear story. I don't ask them what were they wearing. I don't ask them why were they out so late. I don't ask them why did they choose him? Why did they choose her? I don't ask any of that shit. They go, that man abused me. And I go, oh, damn, okay. I believe it. And then I go ask the man, hey, she said she abused you. What happened? Why is she saying that? Oh, man, these women, man, they just be lying. Oh, okay. Well, but why would she say that about out of all the men in the world? Why would she say you abused her? I don't know, man. I got that good D, my nigga. I put that good D on her. Then I told her I was done with her. And okay, but what happened though? She said that it happened on the 15th of August and you guys were hanging. Were you guys hanging out? Yeah, I was hanging out. Like, I'm asking him everything. I'm grilling him. I'm not grilling her. I don't give a fuck. And I'll make my judgment based on what he said. Like, you see what I'm saying? I didn't even press. And here's the thing, brother. I don't want to press you too hard on your story, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You said that they reviewed the tapes.
Yes.
And they came to the conclusion that you didn't do it. Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Jerry. Do you know this? Your coworkers. Why would she? And maybe you don't know this. It's probably not even a good question, but
it is a good question.
I already started asking, but yeah. Why would she say you, or maybe she got the person wrong? Why would she say you touched her if you didn't? I'm not saying that you did, but do you know why she said that?
Not exactly, but I could probably guess why.
Just guess. Just theorize then.
We were not really good co-workers to each other.
In what way?
We were always argumentative.
Why?
Because she wouldn't do her job, and I tried to correct her.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. You guys are the same equal at work? Like you are you her manager? Or is she the manager? What's going on?
We're the same. We're in the same position.
Okay.
But I've been working there longer than her.
And are you a lot older than her, or is she older than you? I don't know if that matters, but
I'm like 2 years.
Who's older by 2 years?
Me.
How do you know you're older by 2 years?
What do you mean?
I mean, you know all your coworkers' ages?
Yeah, I work at Sky Zone.
I think I've heard of that before.
I know what it is, but what is the relevancy of that?
It's mostly people from 16 to 22 that work there.
Wait, so how old are you?
21 right now.
But that wouldn't explain why you know her age, though.
The story happened 3 years ago.
So you were 18 and she was 16.
Yes.
Okay. And this 16-year-old, this makes it even hard. Hold on, wait. This makes it even harder to believe. So you mean to tell me a 16-year-old girl, was this a white girl?
No.
She's not white?
No.
This is a black girl?
Yeah.
This is a 16-year-old black girl cooked up a scheme to lie on you and say that you touched her inappropriately just because she didn't like you.
Well, you're an adult. She's a kid. Why are you so concerned about how bad you think she works? Like you're saying you don't work very good. Like, is this you're just getting on to her at work because you don't like the way she works?
No, I'm trying to help my coworkers.
But why? But so you want, again, this is what I'm saying about these stories. How they when you press the holes in it. This is why I don't know her story. I'm just listening to your story. So you're 18, she's 16. Why would a child lie on you? And like a grown woman, I could believe it more.
I don't know why.
A 16-year-old girl lied on you? Like
they lie.
16-year-old girls, brother, how do they even know how to weaponize a system like that? How do they even know that? A 16-year-old girl, how does she even know that?
What do you mean how?
That's a pretty straightforward question. How would they even know that? Like, they don't know that. Like, how to weapon, like us. All right.
It just seems like an 18-year-old's pretty much a child too. Why? I don't know. I didn't care when I was 18 what my 16-year-old coworker, if I had one, did at the job. I don't know. That's crazy.
He was definitely harassing her, to say the least.
I wasn't harassing her.
You were. Not sexually, but you were harassing her.
I wasn't.
Sir, you just admitted to it.
Hold on. How many times did you correct her behavior at work or whatever?
Twice.
Oh.
Twice.
All right, man. So 2 times. Just 2 times. That's all it took. And she went and said that you touched her inappropriately.
Well, that's what the other coworker said.
Huh? The other coworker?
Yes.
What you mean?
They told me that I touched her.
Whoa. So you didn't accuse her, or she didn't? She accused you, and you didn't even know it, and they said that. Well, what the fuck? I'm sorry. Say that again.
She accused me. She told the other coworker.
Okay.
And then
they believed her.
They brought it to the manager.
Mm-hmm. Do you still work there? To Nigel asked.
No.
You got fired?
No.
Okay.
Quit because of this?
No.
It's interesting. And what happened? And what happened with the little girl? Did she get fired?
No.
So she wrongfully accused you of.
Our shifts just got changed up.
Go ahead, BPG.
I'll put this. That's a lot.
Hey, Catch Me Outside said this nigga lying.
Because ain't no way. It doesn't make sense. The math is not mathing at all whatsoever. Especially now that there are other people involved. I'm always curious, like, if one person accuses you, okay, maybe there's a little role. If another coworker also jumped on the bandwagon and was like, oh yeah, absolutely, then something fishy is happening. There's also something fishy about anybody that would say, particularly men who talk about 16-year-old girls lying. That is always and forever going to be a red flag. For the rest of my days, that's going to be a red flag. Anytime I hear a grown man talking about how young girls like to lie, about age, about, you know, whether or not they've been touched, consent, any of that stuff, I already know exactly who it is I'm dealing with from that moment on, because being able to conceptualize that somehow a teenage girl will just lie on you about the experience that she's had with you is very, very strange. Especially, it's not hard to believe that your job will be dismissive of that at all whatsoever. But it's a whole lot of holes in this story that, truthfully, yeah, I don't even know how y'all be brave enough to share it in the first place. But I do have a theory that sometimes people who do weird things think that because those things are normal in their mind, that somehow when they say it to other people who I dare say have normal think normally, that they think that somehow what you'll tell us is supposed to sound normal to us. Like it's supposed to sound completely logical that this girl out of nowhere, who essentially you tried to like check multiple times, who really, you weren't even her superior, you were quite literally her coworker, and for whatever reason felt like you should be teaching her how to do her job without anybody prompting you to. And then going as far as to say you only like corrected her twice, which was weird. A very odd number to use. It's a whole lot of holes. Oh, he left. Yeah, whole lot of holes. It's too many holes. It's like that cheese that they be having in cartoons. That's insane. I don't understand. I don't understand. Men are getting more and more confused by the day at this point. He did. He's scurried right on that. Right, it's switching. I don't understand what the when y'all come up here and lie. Pinhead can relate. When y'all come up here and lie, what do you gain from it? There's 800 people in here. Why do y'all be lying like this?
Attention.
Like we not gonna know.
That's a sick cup.
Thank you. Attention. They be lying for attention, BBG.
Ew. I'm so glad I don't like attention. I'm so glad. I give myself attention. If I'm honest with you. I don't know. I just can't even imagine lying for attention. What a weird. Ugh. It's too much to remember.
It's always Black Star said, you see what we saying, Pinhead? Exactly. In real time. This is exactly what we be talking about. That's why I don't listen to men. That's why I don't be believing men, man. Y'all want me to believe men?
You believed him until asked him more questions.
I never believed him.
When in the beginning,
I never believed him. I just didn't press.
The word you're looking for. He obliged.
you missing? See, there you go. You thinking I be believing these fools? I didn't believe him because it didn't have anything to do with what I was saying at the time. That's what I asked him. I was like, okay, so even if that's true, so what? That's what I asked him. I said, okay, cool. So that girl lied on you. So what? But they got to what they got to do with everybody else? She's the outlier. That's what I'm saying. This woman, if she's lying, if T is lying, she's the outlier. I don't know what to tell y'all. That's the reality. That's it. It ain't really hard to understand, man. You can never get me to believe y'all. Unless that woman come in here and say that, nah, I was lying. I didn't do it. I mean, he didn't do it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. He didn't get fired. Exactly. He didn't get fired. Nothing happened. He literally never believed him. Pub literally said, I'm not going to press you on the story. The other guy on the panel asked the question. Exactly. I didn't know. I just let it go. I was like, fuck it. You said you believe victims. Now a male victim came out.
Child, please.
They be all over the place.
And they don't even believe it.
You believe victims? Yeah, I believe victims. Let me rank them in order. I believe children first.
Mhm.
Then I believe women second. Then I believe men third. No, hold on. Yeah, I'll do that. And if you want to even go a little bit further, I believe children first. I believe women second. I believe LGBTQIA folk third. Then I believe men. I believe cishet men fourth. Period. Cry to your mammy if you want to. I don't be believing y'all.
They further up the list for you than they are for me. I believe children first every single time.
Mhm.
I believe women. I believe LGBTQIA plus people.
Mhm.
I believe dogs. I believe her husband. I believe that I've never seen the righteous forsaken and his seed begging bread. I believe that unicorns are real. I believe that mermaids exist.
Mhm.
And then maybe somewhere down the line, I believe after Elon Musk is building a colony on Mars, I believe that.
Mhm. That might actually be true.
I believe niggas after that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, they are down on a list of things I believe, but I'm saying in this particular thing specifically, they would be number 4. But you're right. In life,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on and tell you something. I don't believe niggas.
I believe that Carl Thomas and John Legend are the same person. And then I believe niggas.
Oh my God. I don't believe niggas. That's the craziest thing about it. Y'all think, man, I just ain't never seen it work out in my favor to believe a man in these instances.
Never.
That's all I be trying to tell y'all. I've never seen it work out. What would I look like in 2025 defending Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
What would I look like in 2025 defending Chris Brown?
You know what's funny about the Kobe thing?
Hmm.
Kobe didn't defend himself.
What does that mean?
If you think about the interviews that he had, I remember watching one interview in particular where he talked about how he felt like it went too far, but he never like actually said,
I didn't do that.
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
He never actually. There was an interview where he talked about like why he emphasized his work with women's basketball and with helping his daughter, in basketball. And he said verbatim, like, I'm doing this because I've caused pain to, this particular woman. I want to reset the scale. I want to do something that is helpful to women and to girls and empower them because of this awful thing that's, in my past.
He had a guilty conscience for sure.
He did. He had to get, again, I think that there is room for nuance when we had these conversations. I think that a lot of dudes, I think the reason why, honestly, a lot of dudes would rather just be like, man, whatever. It's because she was wearing this. It's because she was doing this. Because they don't want to actually admit, they don't want to admit to having to having done something. They don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit to coercion. They don't want to admit to she, and by all intents and purposes was saying no, or she was uncomfortable, or I noticed like afterwards that she seemed like she wasn't receptive. They would much rather just say it didn't happen or she's a liar than to just say I messed up. When we went in there and we did what we did, I was too caught up in myself. I was being selfish. I was being, hedonistic. And this is what happened because they don't want to deal with the consequences. They would rather just say that she's a liar and this didn't happen at all.
Yep. No accountability whatsoever. They too afraid because they know how that shit make them look.
Mm-hmm.
They know you look fucking disgusting. You know you look like a goddamn animal.
Yeah.
But then they'll come out and call themselves an animal, like in another, you know what I mean? Like that's why the shit, I don't know, man. Men y'all just be calling themselves lions and shit. Fucking wolves and shit. Deshaun said we hating. Who we hating on, brother?
It's a whole video of that woman physically assaulting that man. You even talking about why should I believe Xavier, but it's a whole video of that woman tearing that man dread off his head.
Yep.
To me, why should you believe him? When he's the victim?
So one video disproves that the other 5 instances where she alleged that he abused her, I should just believe this one video?
She made it up for a specific reason, and so she could get his contract.
That doesn't make sense. They're not even married.
No, so in the NFL, how it goes is if you're engaged or you're married and you go to jail for physical assault, your contract can become the contract that you sign. It can become that woman.
No, it can't.
She was,
Prove it. Prove it. They can't. That's not true. Deshaun, that's not true. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. I'm familiar with the CBA. Are you familiar with the NFL CBA?
Yes.
Are you? It doesn't sound like you're very familiar with it at all. That's never happened, ever. Explain what? Explain what is. That's not a thing. What do you say? What you're saying again?
You don't know.
No, I don't know because it doesn't exist. But say what you're, Deshaun. Say what you're saying again. Slow it down. What are you saying? You're saying if you didn't reiterate it. The lies just they be just seeking out your pores. The lies be just seeking out your pores, son. That shit crazy. Wicked work.
It's very weird, especially when it comes to NFL players, because there are a whole lot of them that are like into DV as a sport as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of them never see any form of like jail time, any kind of like retribution for anything that they do.
Nothing.
At all. They literally get a slap on the wrist most of the time.
Y'all remember when because I was just talking about it. What's his name? He got accused. What's his name? Jameis Winston got accused of rape when he was down there in Tallahassee playing at Florida State. And it was that, I mean, if you read what alleged would happen, I 100% believe.
He get off most of the time.
He got off. Not only did he get off, they didn't charge him. It ain't like he went to court and then beat. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally just didn't even get charged with anything. I was like, what the fuck? And then some years later, now he's in the NFL, and then he assaults that woman in the Uber, and then tries to pin it on his friend.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, see, that's what happens when you don't lock a motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what happens when you don't punish a motherfucker, and then they become emboldened. He did that shit to her in broad daylight with witnesses.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. And you know, there was tons of men. Oh, he didn't do that shit. That woman. I'm talking about the Tallahassee shit, right? Okay, cool. But now there's an established, there's a pattern, right? So now what? Now retroactively, y'all never went back and said, oh, you know, he probably did X, Y, and Z. Nope, man just kept it pushing. They just kept it pushing like nothing happened.
But that's usually how that goes.
There
are men who, if I, you know, and I have this conversation with men often, you know, at least 3 niggas that hit somebody.
Hit somebody?
That hit. Most of the time, if you know a man with kids, the majority are hitting their kids for sure, because
yeah.
The majority of people who are parents, legit.
Yeah. They abuse. Yeah.
However, if you're around a bunch of couples, let's say, because we are around a whole lot of couples.
Mm-hmm.
We are around,
me too.
Off the rip, I can think of 30 couples that I know, like personally. If you're around, even I will reduce it down to 10.
Hold on.
Out of those 10, probably about 3 for sure are in.
I'll be right back. They said my live is lagging. I don't know what's going on.
do that all the time, and they don't listen to that. They don't want to hear it. I have watched my husband. I'll be like, hey, look out for him because he on some weird stuff. And he'll be like, what? No, not him. And I'll be like, I know he looks nice, and I know he means well, and I know blah blah. He's very clean cut. He's very put together, good job, all the things. Watch him. And sure enough, 2-3 weeks later, he come back. Hey, you ain't gonna believe this. I bet you I will. I bet you I will believe it.
Mm-hmm. Now, whenever my wife tell me, especially about men specifically, but she be talking about women too. She be right.
Yeah, women too.
She be right on everybody, but
watch out for her.
yeah, she definitely will tell me like I don't like her, and I'll be like, So with women it's harder because sometimes it just be like she just be on that like I don't like none of y'all. She be having that approach sometimes, but with men, yeah, she be right. Like I believe it. Like whatever she be saying, I be like, yeah, nah, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you right. In real time, like she tell me something, I'll be like even if I didn't see it before, I would never defend a man to her. Like I'll be like, I might say like I've never seen that before. You dig what I'm saying? I may be like, well, I never seen that, or I never noticed that, but I'll never be like, no, he don't do that. Like I won't do that. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, for real? You think so? All right.
Yeah, it's all around.
Yep. I ain't about to. I refuse to defend men when it comes. Like in most cases, like I just can't do it. It just like I said, I don't like being on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just not a bad feeling. I mean, it's not a good feeling to be on the wrong side of history. And like one of my like being embarrassed, like if for that is just something that I'm not interested in being embarrassed, for, by like supporting abusive men or not believing a victim or especially not children. Like, yeah, y'all don't even understand. Yeah, y'all don't like dudes don't even understand how I pretty much will always believe a kid. Like I'm just going.
Talk about what they exposed to. Even in the very rare circumstances that people like adults lie, kids don't though. Why would they lie?
Exactly.
That make no sense.
Noper said, can't risk my credibility on a man. Exactly. If I'm gonna risk my credibility, it ain't gonna be on the man. I risk it on myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not about to risk it on a man. Nah, y'all can have that shit.
You'll be disappointed
every time. You put your trust in a nigga.
You put your trust in a nigga.
You ain't gonna. I'm gonna. When I tell y'all will never be able to utter those words to me. I really want y'all to like you really gotta believe that shit. Like if you don't believe nothing else about me, please believe me when I tell you. You will never be able to tell old Pub that. You put your trust in a nigga. Because never. Not never. It won't it will not happen. It can't happen. I can't do it. I refuse to. I done seen it too many times. Niggas, your right-hand man be guilty.
That's true.
Your right-hand man, your family members, your daddies, your uncles. Like, nah, I'm good. Anybody tell me a man did whatever to him, I believe him, man. I'm telling you, I swear to God, I won't even defend my son. Not publicly. Now, if I was with the nigga, you know what I'm saying? She said he did it between the hours of 10 and 2, and we was playing video games, we was hooping, whatever. Okay. Nah, he didn't do it. I wasn't with him. Where were you? I was nigga. I wasn't. I was at work. I was at school. I was with you. Cool. I believe you. Where anywhere else outside of that?
Yeah.
Privately.
I'm still not vouching for that because you went to the bathroom.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Did you take a lunch? What time did you take your lunch break? What time did you take your lunch break? You took a 30 or you took an hour? What time did you get back? Like, nigga, I don't care who it is. I don't care who your relationship is with me. Say a kid say a woman did something.
Hey.
What you do to that? What you do to that baby? You think I'm about to be riding for you? You fucking crazy? Hell no. I don't be. The shit not even that. The craziest thing for me is the shit don't even be hard. Like, it ain't even hard to feel like this for me. It's so easy. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, duh. Why would I believe, like, a kid say some shit, a woman say some shit about a man? Yes, yeah. A man say some shit about a man, I'm believing him. He SA'd me. He harassed me. You think I'm gonna be like, no, he didn't, nigga? I believe you. Absolutely. You got a friend in me. Hell yeah, I'm gonna believe you. Absolutely. You saying this man harassed you? Absolutely. Absolutely, I believe you. Even a woman. Shit, even a woman. You saying your manager said give up the dick or you can't get no extra hours? I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. Mm-hmm.
It's what's being said too that's super important, because it's not like, it would be different if like women and children had a habit of being like a line about stuff, like women saying, you know, he owe me money. Constantly like, you know, trying to swindle people out their pockets. Like, hey, he owe me money. Why is it always that she is specifically lying on you about something that commonly happens? Why would those two things go together? And it's the same thing with kids. Why would a child specifically choose to lie on you about rape or assault? That is strange.
Because they know BPG, they weaponizing the system. They're smart. See, these kids is fast. That's what y'all don't know about them. They know what they be doing.
You're being facetious, bro.
Of course. Because that's what they be.
I thought you were talking about men. Like,
no. That's what they be trying to say about these kids be knowing. They be man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They be fast. They smart. They nigga. Oh, okay. Nah, you did it. That's what I'm. Hey man, y'all just can't. The evidence is overwhelming. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. And the sooner we realize it as a society, the better. That's all I'm saying. It's just the evidence. I can't fight the evidence at this point. It's too much. It's too in my face. I've seen it too many times. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. That's just where I'm at. Y'all can be mad at me. Y'all can say she not guilty. She not. There's evidence that I do not care. Unless this woman, I swear to God, unless this woman comes out and says out of her own mouth that this man did not do what she said he did, I'm going to believe her. And the thing that y'all got to understand is two things can be true at the same time. She could have pulled that nigga dread out and smacked that boy across the face. Not saying I don't believe that. I do believe that. But does that negate the other 5 instances that led up to that? That's all I'm asking. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not like, cool. I'll believe she cheated on him. I'll believe she hit him in the face. I'll believe she grabbed 3 of his dreads out of his head. I'll buy all of that stuff. All I'm asking y'all to do is, can you also at the same time accept that there is a strong possibility that she too is telling the truth? That's all I'm saying. And if she is telling the truth, then doesn't that change the whole narrative? If he's been abusing her for fucking 8-9 months, that's all I'm saying. Doesn't that not change the whole story now? God damn. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't like why is that so hard to like believe or understand? Yep, I believe it. Yep, she cheated. Yep, she hit him. Yep, I got you. Yep, you got it. I'm not gonna fight you on that. But do you believe that he went upside her head 5 times and choked her? Oh, BPG, was you in here and I was talking about that earlier? She got to stay away from him. He throttled her several times.
What does that mean?
The unaliving is next.
You said he throttled. What does that mean?
Oh, throttled, choked her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, throttled her. Yeah. The unaliving is right around the river bend, just around the river bend. Mm-hmm.
Sometime after the fact, I read a book that talked specifically about women being strangled and how even when they don't unalive immediately, how they have complications from strangulation.
Yeah. They unalive later on. Mm-hmm.
years down the line. And some of the time, like those women, when you seeing them having random strokes and heart problems and all of this other stuff, it's a direct result of being strangled by a partner.
Damn. And look at her too. She's strong as shit.
Yeah. But she's still fairly small too.
Compared to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it don't matter. She's a world-class athlete. He's a world-class athlete. That's why the shit. Now, I ain't gonna even hold you. I don't stand a chance against this woman.
No.
I wouldn't stand a chance against her. I'm not gonna even lie.
Real quick.
I just seen her hip mobility when she was doing her ACL, because she blew her ACL out. And she did a thing. I was like, nah, she whoop my ass. I ain't gonna. Zero chance. I stand zero chance against that woman. She definitely she can get me up off of her easily. Easily. But not him, though. World-class athlete versus world-class athlete. She's at a disadvantage. And I don't, because I know the narrative now is like, oh, why did she stay in the house? Because she stayed in the house. You know what I'm saying? She stayed with him and all of that shit. I don't even want to. All of that tracks.
This is mental.
All of that tracks, though.
And that's the most frustrating part that makes it super difficult to get victims help, is that people deeply underestimate how much of it is mental. And the way that your mind works when you are experiencing that is that you will blame yourself before you blame the other person. And that's where those protective behaviors where you're constantly telling people it's not that bad, or he didn't mean it, or, you know, if I just do this better, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's where that comes from. You have been so manipulated so deeply that you begin to, it changes the way that your thought process works. So you're not thinking, on the outside looking in, people are going, why don't they just do this? Why don't they just leave? Why don't they? No, everything about your mind is playing tricks on you, including how you feel about this person and what you should be doing, whether it's logical or not. And that's the part.
Her grabbing his dread out of his head and slapping him is not, there's not much of a threat there beyond that. Right? Like there's not much of a threat, you know, like in most cases, women don't go beyond, you know, like she's gonna beat him up again, you know what I mean? Like whatever. And Teresa just pointed this out. When you read her affidavit, it was like first he pinched her, and then he kicked her in the shin, and then he slapped her, and then he kneed her in the throat, and then he choked her. You know what I'm saying? It was an escalation. Like every time, it was like it got worse and worse and worse.
Because my thing is, even based on the really, really random statement that the other dude made earlier. Okay, let's say she's doing this solely to set him up. Where is she going to live happily ever after with this money that she done swindle out of this man by lying on him about domestic violence of all things? Like nobody, it's not like she gonna, you know, she's not gonna just live within society and people just be like, oh, there she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to look at her as a woman that can be trusted. And then on top of that, we live in a society where men will go to the ends of the earth for other men. So even if she is lying, there's so many men that ain't gonna let her get away with that.
Nah, they gonna the troops will be rallied without a doubt.
They're gonna be like the DDG Bad Baby Daddy Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna be out with their shield and their armor on, ready to protect their mans. Like
he didn't do it.
They ain't gonna let that slide. They'll harass her into the ground. So what exactly did she get out of that? Like
that's what I've been asking. That's all I wanted to know. I was like, what is the benefit in her saying that this man did this to her? Like, I don't see the benefit in it. I see the benefit in him lying.
Yeah.
I don't see the benefit. You said what?
He's trying to save his career.
He's trying to save his career and his image. I don't see the benefit in her lying on him, though. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Just we don't have enough evidence. Fine, whatever. But doesn't motive come into play here?
I would think so.
Where
Honestly, it would be much easier for her to just marry him, go ahead and pop out some of them football babies. You know what I mean? Do it the regular way.
trap them the old-fashioned way.
Regular.
Trap them the old-fashioned way with a couple babies, right? Like they say. Like, Jesus Christ. I just never understand it. She's gonna leave, and this man is on a rookie contract, by the way. He not even rich yet. Me and this nigga make the same amount of money. I guarantee you, y'all think I'm playing. I guarantee you, me and this nigga make the same amount of money after everything's all said and done. After he pay all his agents, and I guarantee you, me and this nigga make the same amount of money.
When people hear NFL and NBA, they automatically assume like star player money. And that's not, no.
No.
Them people be making regular
250, 330. They be making good. Don't get me wrong. They be balling. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to make it seem like that ain't no money. I'm saying
it's enough.
they making money, but
it's enough money to make if you love what you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you love what you do, then yeah, for sure, that's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
I surely wouldn't complain.
Mm-hmm.
But in that same token, like they aren't making millions upon millions. You know,
no, not rookie, not rookie. His second contract, he gonna get paid. He gonna get, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get 50 million guaranteed or some crazy shit. That's when he gonna get cheese. Right now, he was like a late first round pick. He wasn't even like he wasn't even a top 10 pick. He wasn't even a top 10 pick.
Him out of money that he don't even have yet.
He don't have the money. I'm sitting there going, he was in an apartment. Yeah, he played. He tight. Xavier Worthy tight on the field. He tight. I ain't gonna even hold you. I think he tight. He tight. He fat. He the fastest player in the NFL right now. He little. He undersized. He tight as fuck. He on the field. He nice. He nice. He nice. He gonna get a contract. I guarantee you. If he keep his nose clean, henceforth, he gonna get 35, 45 million guaranteed. Promise you within the next 2-3 years. Guaranteed.
But why would she sabotage? That's kind of my point. Why would she sabotage that before he even touches
it? Don't make no sense.
That doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense. The motive ain't there. That's what I've been trying to clock this whole time. I'm like, why would she do this? Like, why? No, it don't make sense. Yeah, he was like the 28th pick. He was a first round pick, a late first round pick. You don't get that guaranteed money like the top 15. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like 1 through 15 or something, or 1 through 7 in the NFL, and then it's tiers. But
it would make way more sense for her to just wait until if she had waited until he made all that money and then just popped out somewhere and was like, oh yeah, this is what happened. I still would believe her, but to me that would make way more sense than her trying to do it now before he even gets access to him. Like, that doesn't make sense.
All right, I was wrong. He got bread. It ain't like huge, but it's, you know, like by NFL standards. He got a $13 million, basically like a $14 million contract. He got a $7 million signing bonus. So he already got $7 million in the bank, and he getting about 3.4 million a year. So I take that back. We ain't in the same ballpark. My fault. I take that back. He got long paper. He a rookie. He gonna get more money when he, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get that 50 million, you know, his next contract gonna be guaranteed 50 million, not guaranteed 6 million. But no, 13 million for the NFL, that's not for a wide receiver. That's a rookie wide receiver contract. That's not that much money in the NFL. By our standards on the street, it's a shit ton of money. I'm saying in the NFL, a wide receiver making $3.4 million a year. That ain't no cheese. And they're not married. And that's another thing too. They were engaged to be married. So she already knew the payday was, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was all about the money, she knew the payday was coming. They were going to get married. It wasn't like he was like her like girl, like long-term girlfriend. Like, they were already engaged. They were going to get married. I just don't see it, man. I'm not seeing. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's confusing. It doesn't make sense. Most of what red pill men talk about don't make sense, but it starts to make less and less sense. Like, as time goes on.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, you be like, this shit dumb as hell.
No, this just doesn't make sense.
What up, 1804? You good?
But what I make of all this, I really don't know the story. All I know is that that day when they broke news on ESPN that he got arrested and shit. So I really don't know the ins and outs, just based off listening to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think both parties is not innocent. I think both parties guilty. To be honest with you.
But guilty of what?
Of abusing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's first and foremost, I strongly agree that he put his hands on him. Ain't no way around it. That nigga put his hand on.
At some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, just based off what y'all listen to other, people that got on here saying that, because I didn't know there was a video showing him, her, putting her hands on him or whatever.
Oh yeah, I been knew about that. Yeah, that was like the first thing I heard about.
I didn't know nothing about that, but if that's true, and if that's the case, then she's not right either. She's in the wrong.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
So if this man went upside her head and choked her 5 previous times, and then one time she fucking snapped, she in the wrong too?
Well, no, I'm not saying that she did it because of what he did.
I'm saying, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying, 1004. She alleges that he had abused her in 5 other incidents prior to the one that got caught on tape, right? I'm saying, what if it was an Ike and Tina situation where Tina fought back? Is Tina in the wrong too for beating up Ike in the back of that limo? Okay.
But that's not the base though. That's a hypothetical. Is it not? That's a hypothetical because we don't know. We actually don't know if that's the real reason why she did what she did in that video. You feel me? But if we're gonna play that, then hell yeah, she's in the right. She
Okay.
absolutely has the right to do that.
Okay. And what if, and you know that she got he caught her allegedly cheating, right?
No. If cheating, bro, if a shawty cheat on you, bro, just you ain't gotta put your hand.
No. I'm saying allegedly he caught her cheating. And here's the thing. Here's another reason why I believe everything she said about him as far as the abuse is concerned. He hired a private investigator to catch her cheating. Does that not sound a little crazy?
Dude.
Okay. Does that not sound a little obsessive?
Yeah.
Okay. Obsession is the cornerstone of abuse.
I ain't gonna count with you. The first time I seen bro get drafted, it gives me little crazy vibe. Just off, like, look at him, bro. Like,
yeah, they said looking at, and they been saying his eyes tell the whole story. And I've been trying so hard not to buy into that. Y'all tripping with that shit.
I know about him from Texas, bro. Because I watch football. So I know about bro since Texas. You feel me?
Mm.
But bro always gave me that like you a little weird, bro. Like you look like you would do some weird shit.
Y'all saying, hey, hold on. Saying we use our sisters as private investigators. We do not do that. You may do that. We do not do that. I don't stalk women. That's not my thing. That's not my cup of tea.
If I get a whiff of you cheating, bro, I don't even need concrete evidence. If I get a whiff, I'm gone.
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah. I may try to catch you cheating. Don't get me wrong. I may try to, but
what? You gonna get hurt? It's gonna
I'm not about to just leave without, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to, like.
It may put you in a position to where you may want to do something to him. I'm not even gonna put myself there, bro. Like,
I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about doing something to no woman. I got control.
I'm speaking to the niggas that don't.
Yeah. What's going on? I don't know how to say your name. What's good, man? Hey, what's going on to the new guest? I don't know how to say your name. Unmute. What's going on with you? All right. What up, Billy?
Hey, Pub. I just came up here real quick to do my duties. I'm not even gonna hold you. This conversation has been so emotional.
Mhm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already know what I talked to you about last year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got 345 people in live, y'all. We have 51K likes. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Club been online for a cool minute. I think we can do better, y'all. We shouldn't have no excuse for this.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Shit. I ain't even been cracking the likes.
Can we please bust down the give goal, get the likes up, get the shares up, all the things, y'all. Like, please, are y'all not entertained?
Mm-hmm. Shit.
But
I'm glad somebody said it.
that's what I come up here to do, because they don't be paying attention to me in the little comments.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Have a good conversation.
I bet. Yeah, man. It's wicked work out here though. But hey, I really would like to continue the conversation, but I gotta go pick up my babies anyway. That's why I wasn't.
I was just saying about that.
It is about that time. My alarm went off a long time ago, and it's 2:09. I'm about to be late. I gotta go get my baby. Who is Xavier Worthy? Look him up. He a football player. Hey man, I love y'all though. On some real shit. Appreciate y'all joining the panel. Shout out to the tappers, yappers, and super chatters, man. We did it, Joe. Hey, you motherfuckers is terrible. I ain't gonna even hold you. You motherfuckers is terrible. Okay? I just want to tell you that from the bottom of my heart. You niggas is terrible. The way y'all be defending these niggas is trifling. Appreciate you, Kim. Shout out to the new mod, shout out to the best mods in the business. Shout out to the old subs and the new subs too, man. Super chatters, I appreciate y'all for real, for real.